What's going on, fishing buddies?
Hey,
Joe, what's going on, man?
what's up, brother? Hold on.
Friday night,
All
doing the thing.
right.
Jeremy's in. Good evening, Jeremy. Jeremy says he's first, which you'll be right.
Yep.
So did you get out to go do any fishing this week?
Maybe about 45 minutes after work today. Nothing.
Nothing?
It's been a hectic week, man.
Same here, man. It's yeah, cheers. Cheers to Friday, right?
Absolutely.
I got the Parabellum fishing stickers back here now.
I got one dock up there and one over there.
Nice.
Yeah, let's see. Oh.
I see it. Okay.
Yeah, and then the other one is just to
I
the
see it.
right
Yeah,
of
right.
John.
Yeah, Bayou Buck sent me a new decal.
Yeah, I got his too somewhere. That one's over there too.
Yeah, I got to get his.
I need more wall.
I know. I'm like running out of space over here, so I got to start going over this way. We'll get it going though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the it's been a month for me, man. Like,
Really, that long?
yeah, it's just everything with what's going on, cousin Elvis, with everything that was kind of like going on with my wife, trying to she wasn't feeling well, and then I had to go to California,
Right.
trying to organize that trip. I mean, that took a lot, man. It was fun though. I don't regret doing any of it at all. It was fun,
Right.
Getting
What's
all
up,
that
Jeremy?
organized. So it was but I really haven't been able to get out much at all. Pretty much in the entire month of February.
Damn.
And
You might as well live up north if you're going to give up fishing for a month.
I know, right? So it's been depressing. I wanted to get out in the water. I did get out yesterday. Was it yesterday? I can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before. I did get out. Hey, Uncle Buck. I did get out yesterday for a little bit. I had a couple hours that I got out and I caught some fish. I got some footage, so I'll edit that together, get
That's
that
cool.
video out. Hey, Chris. But I mean, that's
Chris,
really been
Buck,
about it.
James. What's up, guys?
Yeah, it's been just awful. I haven't been able to get out much, but I am. I did the John boat video.
Saw that, like that.
Yeah, I actually had that footage from a while ago.
Oh yeah.
And just like I was like, all right, I don't have any fishing footage. Let me go ahead and throw that together. So I threw that together, and I'm actually taking my father-in-law out Sunday in the John boat. We're going to go hit up a spot over here. Actually, it's a spot, you and I had talked about taking it out. It's a spot that I'd like to take you to.
Cool.
So we're going to go bust it out on Sunday. And
Is that why you're not fishing the tournament?
Well, it's my father-in-law's birthday.
Okay.
So I wanted to do the tournament, the Bruiser tournament, but that's his birthday. So we got plans. Obviously, I'm going to take him out in the morning, and then we got plans to do something with my daughters and my in-laws and stuff the rest of the day. So just kind of both tournaments fell on bad days for me. I really wanted to, hit those up. What's up,
Yeah.
Yee? Hey, Boxy.
Boxy? Yeah. I'm actually supposed to be camping right now. I usually go camping this weekend, and it got postponed.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. So a little bummed about that. I should be on a creek by a fire.
Oh.
But this is the next best thing.
Where do you guys go camping at?
Over near Clewiston, actually. What the heck's the name of it? Fish Eating Creek.
Oh, okay.
So I guess that's LaBelle, technically.
Yeah.
Cool little spot. Not overly expensive. You can camp right on the creek. So I can literally just cast out a catfish line and sit in my tent if I want to.
So you guys do take tents. It's actually real camping and not like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
not
No,
like
we're not in an RV or no, we're in a tent. We're exposed, and we eat like kings. Though I will say that we bring steak and bratwursts and yeah,
nice.
yeah, we don't rough it. That's like our big joke. We're roughing it. We usually got a bottle of Jack Daniels this big, and we
Nice.
do it right. Yeah.
Now, do you guys bring your own grill or do they have grills there?
I have one of those little camp stoves, but usually we just use the fire pit.
Okay.
Yeah, we use the
What's up,
camp
Dark
stove.
30?
We have one of those coffee pots too that you sit on the camp stove
Yep.
because I'm not doing without coffee.
No, I can't do it either. I got to have my coffee in the morning.
Yep. Yep.
Yes,
Oh, in fact, speaking of coffee, shoot, I got to run out real quick. Be right back.
yeah. Speaking of Dark 30s in the house, if you guys, I'm going to run the banner across the bottom there, Dark 30, Kyle, and Mark J, they need some help with reaching the 4,000 watch hours because they hit 1,000 subs. So they need some help with reaching 4,000 watch hours. So if you guys can run over to their channel and run their playlists, it'd be much appreciated. That way they can get that 4,000 watch hours. I know Mark was pretty close. I think Kyle was, what was it, Kyle? Like, was it like 300 away or something like that?
Am I that mess, James?
What's that?
James is in and out tonight because he's cleaning up a mess. I'm wondering if I have anything to do with that mess.
What'd you do?
He's working on a logo with me, or for me, I should say. Yeah. Now, speaking of coffee and logos, check out what I got. Got my Bogley's Keeping It Real coffee mug.
That's cool. Did you win that?
No, I bought this. He's got his little merch links up.
Oh, and, sweet.
So I just jumped. I wanted to get one of his water bottles, but it didn't fit in the tackle bag side holder. So, coffee.
Okay, Kyle, you're 114 to go. Hopefully we can get you there tonight.
You don't even have to actually watch the videos. You can just run a playlist on mute in the background, and it counts. So even if you're busy, you don't have to be too busy for that. You can just run that in another tab from this live if you wanted to.
Yeah, I was running Mark and Kyle's earlier today while I've been editing these baseball videos. I get tied up into it every single year around this time. It's a baseball showcase that they do down at Marlins Park down in Miami. And, if it's down here and if I'm able to go, I go down there and actually kind of help produce the thing and, make sure everybody's running the cameras right and stuff like that. And then on the back, what do you say?
He's only about 2,000 or so away. I'm right there with you, buddy.
Yeah, I think I'm about 2,000 short, but then again, I'm only at 568 right now. So that would explain, I'm not complaining because, my gosh, like I said, I haven't been able to post a fishing video.
Right, you never post videos and you're still growing, man. Good for you.
And I feel bad because I really wasn't able, there was a whole month there where I wasn't able to get on YouTube at all. It was just, I'm not going to lie. I was exhausted when I got home just from work. And then, because I'm, when my wife wasn't feeling well, I was having to, take my daughter to dance and, help her. And it was just come 9:00 at night, which is normally, the time when I get the girls down and everything like that. And I got time to, I was spent. I was just done. And,
day job will take it out of you.
I felt bad. I was like, God, I haven't watched anybody's videos. I haven't commented on anything. I've been a sucky YouTube supporter for a whole month,
I'm there too, man. I got so many people in my feed now, getting together with this group of people. And I feel terrible if I'm missing somebody or it's too.
Nope. I lost you there for a second. Hey, crew.
My headphones like to mute themselves. I don't know.
There you go. Gotcha.
I think I figured out how.
Nope.
I think I figured out how to get them back now. There's a button back here. We'll figure it out. Yeah. But yeah, I had a couple channels give me shout outs and I didn't even see them until like a week or so later. I felt terrible.
Yeah.
There's just so much stuff on my feed. I can't watch it all sometimes.
I know. I'm subscribed to so many channels and stuff, and you feel bad because you're not able to get around to everybody's videos right when they come out. And if you're like me, I like try to make a plan. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna bust out like these videos. I want to watch everybody's videos, and then life happens. And then I got to editing these baseball videos. I've been trying to knock them out. They usually take me about like 3-4 hours a piece to knock one out because they're really long, man. I mean, they're like 15-minute videos. You're showing all these home runs from all these kids that are at this event.
Right.
But I will say, I'm not complaining because the guy who runs a showcase, I mean, he pays me very well to do the videos. I mean, for just to sit there and I'm literally sitting down for 3-4 hours trying to knock them out. It's like $250 a video. So, I just sit there and try and knock them out.
Right.
And I still got like 25 left. It's like, geez. But at least I'm done. At least I'm done with all like the double videos, the ones that take me about 3 hours, 4 hours. Those
right.
I've got those off my plate. I was actually, because I'm on spring break, I was actually able to get rid of those. And now I can kind of hit the ones where it's just one round. The kid went one round, he hit maybe 5 home runs, and I can knock those. I mean, those I can knock out in an hour and a half.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's so that's been taking up a lot of my time because he needs this stuff, so got to keep the clients happy.
Absolutely. No, actually they did put my my channel in their link and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yee was just saying the shout outs are great, but if they don't put your link in there, and he's not wrong. People aren't going to just look you up.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, the links got to go in the description below.
Oh, absolutely.
Creel said, "Start a merch store, but they don't offer hats." I use a guy that's local here to do my shirts and hats. I've been looking into maybe doing a merch store on I don't know what Chris did to get the mugs and stuff. I'm not sure who he's using. I didn't see that again because I haven't been able to go on and watch. But the guy that does the hats and the shirts, he's local. I actually went to high school with him. He has a T-shirt, like a uniform shop. He does like everything. So I use him because he's local. But again, I can't really do a merch store with him.
Right. Well, I think like Chris's merch store, I think it's just a drop ship kind of deal. I don't really know if he has to actually. I mean, he's in here. He can tell me if I'm wrong. But I don't think he has to do a whole lot. I think he just uploads his logo and people buy it. Okay.
Now, see, Kyle, you're right.
Kyle's got one too.
Yeah, Printful, and I've actually used. Was it Printful or? There was a couple of them. I did a couple orders, like actually this shirt here that I have. I did this design, and I think that was through Printful. I tried them out. The only thing that made me a little weary about using them was there's no quality control. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like I said, everything I got from them was fine. It wasn't messed up or anything.
Well, Kyle was saying something like that too, how they didn't like his logo. It wasn't. They said it wouldn't work right, but when he got his merch from it, it looked fine. But there was something with the file.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember. He was talking about it in one of his lives.
Yeah, and Kyle's right. Printful does have the hats. Actually, the first run of hats that I did, which there's one around here somewhere. I don't know. Who knows where it is now? This garage is a mess. I don't even want to show you what's behind.
Oh yeah, it took me a while to center this to where there's just clean fishing stuff.
like I said, we're doing the yard sale tomorrow, which is one of the most awful experiences next to a colonoscopy
Yep.
in life.
Yep.
I'm not looking forward to it. I'm just like looking at all this stuff. But
you putting any fishing gear out there? Maybe I'll drive up.
No, I don't have I don't have any fishing gear that I'm putting in it. You know, I got to tell you, it's mostly stuff from the girls.
Okay.
Like a lot of their clothes and stuff. Oh, and this was really
that stuff
funny.
sells quick though.
Yeah,
people like that stuff at a yard sale.
I can't tell you how many shoes we have. Like the amount of shoes that we
have.
Yeah,
you can. I have 2 women in my house. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got 3. And
you win.
Yeah. But no, what was funny was, you know, we had a crib that was my oldest daughter's, and then obviously we kept it. And when my youngest daughter was born, that was hers. And so, you know, my youngest daughter, Avery's been out of the crib for a long time, you know. So I've had it sitting here in the garage, and I was like, no, we're gonna save it. We're gonna sell in the garage sale. We're gonna sell it. You know, da 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 da. Hey, Rob. And I was like, all right. So we're sitting in here cleaning it out, and she looks at the crib, and it's got like this. It was like a convertible crib because it could convert to a single bed.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks at it and she's like, well, that headboard will fit on her bed now. And I was like, are you serious? She's like, yeah. I'm like, so I'm taking this back inside now? She's like, yep. Oh,
nice.
So long story short, this thing has been in my garage for forever, taking up room, and now it's back in the house. So
yeah, but your wife's happy, right?
Sure.
Yeah, well, as happy as they're going to be, yeah, in little fleeting moments, but yeah. I got 2 doors between me. Mike can't hear me.
They probably hear me. They're probably watching this on the TV in the house. What's up, Kenny? No, but well, the rest of it we can sell. So but yeah, now I got to put the headboard on the bed.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just a lot of stuff out here. So,
we actually had my daughter wanted one of those beds where it was like a bed on top and like it was a food. I think I'm back.
Yep.
It's gonna 1 second. All right. Anyway, it was a bed on top and a futon. Never mind.
Is it just like the way you move with them? Is that?
I have no idea. Got them for Christmas. They're great for editing. This is driving me nuts.
Huh. Interesting.
But yeah, real quick, long story before it mutes me again. Bed on top, futon on bottom. She spent one night up top, scared to death of the height. So I had to get in there and cut down a $500 and something double bed to now it's just a futon that I had to go cut down with a pipe cutter. And then I stuck like PVC pipes to put the rounded bars back on the edge. So now we have a really expensive futon, but she's happy.
Hey. And that's all that matters. They're happy.
That's right. That's right. So when they're happy, I go fishing and they don't complain.
Exactly. Yeah. And yeah, when my wife's happy, I get to go fishing. And you know, I was gonna try and meet up with John and Lindia this week, but the week kind of got away from me. And like gas prices are
crazy, man.
To fill up the truck, just to if we go up to like Donkeyland or Headwaters, you know, I got to fill the truck up. You know.
Yep.
I don't know. My wife went today, filled up the put $30 in the truck. Now I had about almost a little less than a quarter tank of gas in the truck. She went over, put $30 in. It's just now like maybe a quarter of the way to halfway. It's like awesome. Yep. That's great.
I had to stop the pump at $50 the other day, and it gave me about 3/4 of a tank. Yeah, and I drive a Challenger, so that's gonna go pretty quick.
Is yours like? Do you have the souped up package like the SRT or the Hemi or?
No, I don't have the SRT. I just have the RT because I
Okay.
could not afford the SRT right now, especially with gas.
Oh
But
yeah.
even with the RT, I mean, still got a Hemi. You still have to ride the brake during like through a school zone. Otherwise,
Yep.
I'll get pulled over. It moves, but it drinks.
Yeah. I mean, my truck does it. It's a Ram 1500 5. The Hemi's in it,
Yep.
and I will say this: going down to the Keys when we took it, it did really well on gas. I mean, it really does. But I mean, to fill the thing up at this,
Oh yeah.
at like the cheapest one that we found was 419.
Wow. I paid 449 a couple of days ago.
Wow.
Back
Oh gosh,
temporarily.
Ken, that's awful.
Seriously, $88.
Jeez, Rob,
You know
$88.
what's funny is when I went up, ready to throw these things. Watch.
That'll
You
make
watch me
for a good
break these
live.
on camera. Oh yeah. When I went up to meet with John and Lindia, going up, no problem. I think a quarter of a tank. On the way back, it took me about twice that.
Really?
And I'm not sure why. I actually took the same route both ways, but going up there, I was pretty impressed. I was looking at the gas gauge. I'm like, all right, we're going to be okay. But yeah, on the way back, probably half a tank just for that back trip.
Did you go? Did you go down like the Beeline Highway?
Yeah. Yeah.
On your okay, and then what? Did you pick up like 95 a little bit further?
It seemed like a lot of back roads. Like I don't know the area at all. And it seemed like I was
Yeah.
taking a lot of back roads through like neighborhoods or something. And then I met him up at
Huh.
Fast Break.
Oh,
I just do
okay.
whatever the GPS tells me.
Yeah. What Krill say? Want an SRT8 Jeep? That'd be fun.
5.7 and that's what I got at my Challenge, the 5.7.
I believe mine's a 5.8.
Sam's is back to 398. Oh, what a bargain.
Oh yeah, my wife actually said when she was on her way home, Costco was under 40. They were like at three something by Costco by us.
That's cool.
That's funny, Ken.
Yeah. I have two lawn ornaments.
Where's John and Lindia tonight? They, I believe, they're probably on their way back from Clewiston. I think they're pre-fishing for the Bruiser free tournament on Sunday out there in Clewiston. So they might be able to jump in a little bit later on. Oh, as a matter of fact, I forgot to send John the thing. Let me send it to him. They may be back. But yeah, they were pre-fishing. He said they might be able to jump in. They might not. Just depends on what time they get back and everything like that. And I know I haven't been able to jump in the last couple lives that they've been on. This is actually this week is supposed to be on their channel. Last week was supposed to be on mine, but I was at Trump's
You got
house.
held up. Yeah.
Which that was interesting, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agreed to do it not knowing the date. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What was the date?
the date was the 11th. Like, so it was last Friday.
Okay.
So
I'm missing something.
I got a phone call like right when we got back from California, and I was exhausted. And the phone call came in at about like 2:30 in the afternoon, and my wife was like, "Oh, somebody called you," and I said, "Okay." So I grabbed my phone, and it was the deputy film commissioner from Palm Beach County, and she leaves me this message. So I call her back, and she's like, "Yeah, we have this lady. She does Palm Beach Fashion Week. They're doing an event at Mar-a-Lago. They want, they want somebody to film it. She asked me if I knew of anybody, and she's like, I thought of you first, was like, oh, okay, cool. I really appreciate that. Awesome. She's like, here's her number. So I call her up and she's like, oh, this is what it entails. I only need like 3 cameras. I'm like, okay, this should be easy. I can get a couple kids from the school to go down there with me and film this thing. So I was in, again, me being extremely exhausted from getting back from California. I didn't ask the date before I agreed to it. I said, yeah, no problem. Sure. Yeah, we can do it. And then she's like, oh, okay, great. It's on March 11th. And I'm like, that's Friday. That's Friday, the day that spring break starts. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Now I'm like wondering, okay, am I going to be able to get kids to actually go to this? And I did, but it was cool. It was mostly like rich Palm Beach people from like Worth Avenue, like hawking their stuff. There wasn't anybody famous there. Never saw the Donald or anybody like that, you know. And it was kind of confined to like there's a pool area out there. And I think anybody can rent that space. You know, it's not like we were like in Mar-a-Lago. So
what's up, Mark?
You know, hey, brother Mark. But what did Anti say?
Like Dark 30.
Well, I honored you. But yeah, I mean, it was cool. Got to see a couple of the areas, like a couple of the ballrooms and stuff there at Mar-a-Lago. It's pretty there. But you know what was really weird? It was really easy to get in. So that made me wonder if Trump was actually there.
Oh, okay. So the security wasn't too high, and
no, because when we, you know, I gave them all of our information. I said, this is who I am. These are the kids I have coming with me, this and that. And I mean, I've got my truck, and I just literally put the students in my truck with me. We drove down there, pull into the gate, and they're like, okay, what's your name? Said, you know, Ryan Dockery or Palm Beach Gardens High School. You know, we're here to film the event. Guy like looks, I don't have a Ryan. Oh, teacher. Okay, how many you got with you? I'm like,
that's all it took, huh?
I'm like, 3? He looks in the truck. Oh, okay, all right, you're going to go up that way, and you're going to turn left, and then you're going to park over there. I'm like, all right. So we just roll on. Now, I got my truck. I got a bunch of gear loaded in the back of the truck.
Right.
Like, I could have been hiding anything back there.
Yep.
I mean, I wasn't. You know, let's just get that
right,
straight
but
right now. Yep. I wasn't. It was just camera gear. But like,
security's a little bit of a joke sometimes.
You know, it's like that was a little too easy. Teacher. Yeah, no. I could have been anybody.
Yep. You have a non-bombing looking face. You'd be all right.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess
you're not going to blow anything up.
Yeah, I guess I look trustworthy. I don't know. I mean, I was in a shirt and tie, which was freaking awful. I can't. Oh.
I don't own a tie.
I do. Right? I have a couple because, you know, there's certain events that, you know, for school and stuff, I got to wear them. But, ugh.
Yeah, my wife made me wear one at the wedding.
I don't even like wearing like my polo shirts and stuff to work. I got to wear like slacks and a polo shirt, and it's just like, but, you know.
Yep.
What's a tie? You see what Kyle said?
Sure, man. The ones I fish in. I'm home now. I'm relaxing. And at one point, this shirt had sleeves.
It did.
Yeah, sure. It's kind of like the life cycle of my shirts. You know, they're brand new, they're dark black, and they're perfect. And then they start getting a little faded, a little ripped. They lose the sleeves. They make it another year, and then they're oil rags.
As intimidating as a Build-A-Bear, Doc. That's funny because we went to Build-A-Bear the other day.
I haven't been there in years since the last time my daughter got a Build-A-Bear.
My little one wanted a Build-A-Bear. We were in the mall. What the hell were we in the mall for? We went there for something. We had to go there. I can't even remember. But we went to Build-A-Bear. So it all worked out. Mark, you're hanging up coyote hides? Nice.
That's cool.
Here, I'll post. There's the link. If anybody wants to jump up, you're more than welcome to join us. I changed my.
It's been fun watching channels like Mark J and all them. I know nothing about trapping. I did some hunting when I was a kid, but it was pretty cool watching their channels and see. I had no clue what wax dirt was. Yeah, I think I even asked some stupid rookie questions on some of their videos. I'm like, do you guys use GPS trackers? How do you find these stupid things? Because I knew nothing about it, I did a little deer hunting when I was a kid. I'd walk over to the tree stand, climb all the way up, expecting a deer to come out right away, and didn't realize I had to sit there for like 8 hours and not see a deer.
The last time I went deer hunting was when we lived in Tennessee. I want to say I was like 12 years old. Yeah, it's probably
about that.
But yeah, like the trapping stuff fascinates me. I
it's
love
pretty
watching
neat.
Mark's channel, Boxies, just like that. That's cool. I mean, just to sit there and like set the traps and then go check them.
Yep. It was one of those things. I checked the channel out and supported them because they were supporting me, and then it turns out I really do like the stuff. That's pretty neat.
Yeah,
I'm in Sunrise, Fort Lauderdale ish.
You're you and Kenny are actually really close to each other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not far away from you at all. You're right, Rob. I would lose.
Well, that's what I was asking. Sure. Yeah, I know I'd lose them. I lose fishing rods when I bring 2 or 3 with me on the bank. I'll put them down and I'll go back to the car and went, crap, did I have 2 or 3? And I'll rush back to where I was fishing. So yeah, I'd lose a trap in a minute. Oh, give me time, Mark J. Give me time, brother.
Had the coyote back, would have had a gun. Oh, so Kenny's in Pompano.
Okay.
So you guys,
that's not far at all.
No, you're actually closer to Kenny than I am.
Oh, much closer.
Yep.
Much closer. I fish out in Pompano sometimes. I'll drive around some of those little, we have this warehouse section. I think that's Pompano. Maybe it's Coconut Creek, but it's in that general area. Yeah.
Yep. Boxy lived in Hollywood, right out of Fort Lauderdale.
Okay. I don't go down to Hollywood much.
Then he couldn't trap down here, so he moved to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they call it tourist season, but not allowed to trap them or hunt them or nothing. It's kind of misleading.
I know. Hey, listen. I wish it was open season on him today because I got to tell this late. We almost got creamed. Coming home today, I was driving from the corner store, which is literally like right around the corner from the house, and I've got the greenest light of green, okay, to go straight. This lady just comes flying over the railroad tracks and no, she doesn't have the turn lane. And she just, nope, here I come. And I'm like, oh, I lay on the horn. Of course, I'm screaming and cussing.
Yep.
As I'm driving and look over, New York.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dude, it's 90. It's 90-something degrees. Go up north. Get back. It's time for y'all to leave.
They're not allowed to turn right on red in New York, and they don't know that down here. So they'll sit at a red light until it turns green because they're not allowed to do that up there. No matter how hard I honk the horn.
No, Jeremy, listen.
No, it's not the locals,
not
man.
Us. It's not us, man.
Nope.
It's not us. No, us Florida drivers are laid back. We're laid back, man.
Or we're in the left lane.
What's up, Ted?
See us anyway.
Off the hook in the house?
Off the hook. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, no, it's not like we get a bad rap because of all them up north.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, we saw.
And there's a lot of people down here. It's very congested, the roads. So even Yeah, you do. You got to do a few things here and there, but we're not that bad.
You do have to drive very defensive down here,
Especially in Miami.
Oh, dude,
yeah. I've gone the wrong way down so many one-way roads in Miami, just confused as all hell.
I can't stand driving in Miami. I'd rather be punched in the face than drive in Miami.
Most of the times when I was driving a box truck, and so I had a little bit of armor around me, so I could do whatever the hell you want, pretty much. Well, yeah, I don't personally go down there if I can avoid it.
No, if I can avoid Miami at all costs, I will.
Yep.
Like I won't. Like I know there's a lot of great canals down there to peacock bass fish.
Oh yeah.
But it's Miami. I don't know, man. I can't go down there. What's up, Billy? What Rob saying? You're right.
That's true.
And you get that with the snowbirds that we get, plus all the tourists, and especially up by Rob, like in the Orlando area. Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sure. I go to Orlando with the kid, and then I jet right back.
That's where I went to college, was in Orlando, and dude, it literally takes you 20 minutes to get anywhere in Orlando. It doesn't matter if you're going around the corner or, to Disney World. It's literally 20 minutes no matter where you go. Where's that?
He's holding the camera for tonight too.
Might be. Orlando sucks. I like Orlando if it wasn't for all the people.
I think that same can be said for most places.
True. Dude, we went, like when we were at the mall, it's amazing I just wonder if people have mirrors in their homes before they leave the house. Like my wife and I could have literally sat in that food court when we were getting the kids food. We could have sat there for hours and just watched, some of the stuff people wear. It's like,
oh yeah, I do that at the airport all the time.
Oh, the airport,
when my mom's flying in, I always get to the airport like an hour early and just have a seat. It's awesome. You got some people coming off like they're royalty, others like they're half naked, walking in pajamas. It's and everything in between. It's fantastic.
Yep, that's right, Ted. Uh-oh. Oh gee. Oh, I don't. Oh geez. He even has a thing. He even has a thing. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna bring him up. Because he's a good guy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the one, the only, JV Outdoors.
What up, everybody? How do you like the new JV Outdoors Bass Champion World Title belt?
Did you actually buy one of those?
That's awesome.
I did. Because I'm going to be hosting a bass tournament later on. It's hard to see because it reflects my screen so much.
Oh, man, I've looked at those a couple of times. Never pulled the trigger on it, though. Those are cool.
I know. Oh, JV pulled the trigger. I love it.
Yeah. Got to hold a bass tournament. That's going to be one of the prizes.
Nice.
That's awesome. You're the only person I know who's actually physically bought one of those that I've like. Joe, you've seen it on Facebook numerous times.
I've thought about it multiple times. Oh yeah.
Does it fit? Like, can you actually?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have another skit I'm going to do with it before I do the bass tournament because it's actually really pimp. I kind of wish I would have bought a couple of them.
Dude, that's actually
okay. Cool.
That's actually really awesome.
Real American.
That went weird.
Oh,
Charlie.
Hey, Martin S., how you doing? Thank you for coming in. JB, that's great. Now you're going to give that away?
Yeah. I'm going to make it a yearly thing. I'm going to start doing these bass tournaments yearly. I just got to figure it all out. I'm working with some sponsors right now, and I'm going to do an online. It's going to be 8 people will be able to get into it, and you have to be able to go live, because it's just going to be the most fish wins. We're not going to do a bag. It's most fish, because some people, it's hard to do weight because like a person up here, I catch a 6-pound bass, I'm rocking it. I'm having a great day. Or down south, a 6-pound bass is, your average fish.
We're still happy for 6-pounders.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. Yeah, no, we catch a 6.
They're not the happy. 8s and 10s, but we're happy with a 6.
But yeah, the bass. I said you can't see it because I should have had better lighting. But it says Bass Championship JV Outdoors.
Bass you even got it like all engraved and everything.
Yeah, but it's hard to see.
Well, yeah, you have to put all that in on the website when you buy them. They're pretty cool, man.
It says JV Outdoors. And then, Bass Champion down there. But I said it's hard to see. It's reflecting the screen of the computer.
Yeah, Ken. We'll go to the Everglades. Let me know.
I can throw a rock and hit those.
That's right. You're like right there.
That's right where I'm at. Yeah, I'm right off the sawgrass.
So when you gonna do the tournament, JB?
So I'm working with sponsors right now because obviously I'm going to give away more than just a belt. It's going to be fishing reels, rods, baits. It might even be.
I have those. I don't have a belt.
Exactly.
You might just be able to get away with giving away the belt, and
that's what I'm saying, man. I got rods and reels. I ain't got one of them belts.
But I kind of wish I would have ordered 2 now that I got it because I thought I ordered it. I'm like $150 for this belt. I was like, well, we'll order one. We'll see what it looks like. And then it got here, and I was like, this thing's freaking sweet. I wish I would have ordered 2.
Watch, all of us are going to have them on our channels in about a week or 2.
I know, yeah.
Now that you know
belts in the background.
Now that I know it's decent, now I need to get one.
Actually, I should turn that so everybody can see it in the background so everybody knows.
There you go.
Bass Champion. Ah.
Oh, no, it fell. There you go. Dude, it's even like really shiny. I'm actually glad you bought that because I always see those. I mean, they get posted all the time when you're scrolling. That's actually really impressive.
It's nice to see firsthand somebody actually has it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Martin says. But I think the rules of the tournament, I'm just going to go open. The rules are going to have to be is you have to be able to be on camera so we can count your fish. Again, I ain't going to care if you're in a boat, if you're on land, if you're walking a river. As long as it's public water, no putting bass in a swimming pool in your backyard. But any open water is fine. Yeah.
Cast net?
No, fishing rod and reel.
What is the belt?
Just trying to hedge my bets, man.
So would you just do it? Would it be for anything? Because I know Creel does a lot of.
Yeah, you'd have to do it just bass. Otherwise, people have to
hit the Bass Champion on it.
Okay.
So if I gave it to somebody for catching the most walleye, it wouldn't make any sense.
I know you saw that, Ken. Ken sent me a text of a funny thing. Here, hold on. This is how high fuel prices are. I don't know. Here, hold on. Let me see if I can. You got Willie Nelson, Snoop Dogg. There's Joe Biden's son for regular. It never ends. Jeremy said get one for crappie.
No, because Jeremy will win that. He's got that special little hole where he just goes and catches 800 crappie every time he goes out.
Oh, see now off the hook's got you buying all sorts of different belts.
But he's right though. If you go on the website, they have all the different options for like the different styles of fishing. Yeah.
Actually, I thought about getting one for next deer season too, and then just have everybody post their deer, and then the biggest rack wins or something like that.
That'd be cool. Hey, Steve, how's it going?
What's up?
Steve from Get Your Fish On. He was live the other night with Mr. Bass. I jumped in there for a minute while I had some time. It was a great live. We were talking about the Bassmaster Classic. You know, it was really cool. Did you guys watch any of that?
No. I was in Ugly Dogs last night for a little while. Or do you mean the Bassmaster?
Yeah. Did you guys watch any of the Bassmaster Classic?
I don't usually.
I work 16 hours a day or a night actually, so yeah, I don't watch any TV really.
Now you guys are gonna make me feel bad because I watched like 4 hours of it. Well, I mean, I had it on the TV while I was doing some editing for those baseball videos. So it was like on in the background. I was sitting there, I'm like watching it. It was actually really cool. Like Christy won it, but like there was the time where I was back there editing and it was on. It was like back and forth. Like, you know, Christy had it, and then I think it was I can't remember it, Kyle. I can't remember, but he would get it was actually really good. And then we had to leave for some reason, so I never got to see the weigh-in, and I didn't get to, you know, I saw it when I got back home. I looked on social media and saw that Christy won it.
I follow a few pros on Instagram, so I'll see like their little highlight clips or whatever. But yeah, I don't usually pay that much attention and watch it.
All right, Ted.
No, Shiner guy's leaving.
Oh, Shiner's leaving. Sorry. Bye, Rob. Why am I killing you? What'd I do? Did I give it away? Oh, Jeremy, if I ruined it for you, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't ruin it for you. Wait, that was like a couple weeks ago.
Told me the winner, yeah.
I'm sorry, dude. I feel really bad now.
Killing me, Smalls.
Killing me, Smalls. No, Ted, you can hang out. You can come up on panel if you want. On here, I'll post it again.
You gotta scroll back up. Somebody asked something about a strip club for the belt.
What?
I don't know. I saw strip club. It just scrolled past somewhere.
Hold on, I'm looking.
I don't even know who said it. I hope it's there. Otherwise, I'm just going to look like.
Oh, Kenny,
weird.
JV, if I get one from the strip club, would that count? Now, what is that? You talking about the biggest rack?
The rack one. I want to, man. I want to, like I was telling Joe earlier tonight. It's been tough the last like month and a half for me to like do anything. Just with my wife not feeling well and having to kind of, you know, go through all that. And then I was in California, and it just, things are finally starting to get back to normal. So I'm hoping to, you know, in the next few weeks and everything, I can start getting out, and I'll probably have to take a second mortgage out on the house to get gas to go on all these trips. But I mean, other than that, you know, we're good. Let's go.
Oh gosh, it's starting to get rough.
Daddy.
It's starting to get real rough. I'm starting to wondering how much trips I'm going to be making.
Where are you at up there, JV? How much are you guys?
We're still under $4, but it's getting close.
We were the highest.
We broke $4 weeks ago.
Yeah. There's Ted. How's it going, man?
What's up,
man?
Buddy? What's up, JV? What's up, Joe? And Doc?
What's up,
how are you guys?
Good, man.
JV, I'm so glad you got that belt, dude. I was thinking about that a long time ago with my buddies because we fish my lake and everybody throws in money all year and we do like a counting tournament all year. And I was going to get that. And I'm like, I don't know if it's going to be chintzy or whatever. So that's a really nice belt. I like it.
Yeah, I was very impressed. I said, I'm sad I didn't buy two.
Yeah. And then I talked to JV a while back and I was like, hey, bud, I'd like to do something with you. And he's like, well, I'm doing a bass tournament. I'm like, oh, cool. I'd like to help. He goes, I think you're going to want to enter it. I'm like, yeah, probably.
Yeah, I knew what the prizes were going to be. So I'm like, everybody that wanted to help me out was like, nah, dude, you're probably going to want to be it.
Yeah. That's why I said, yeah, I'll sit this one out. I'll work with you some other way, but I'll get in this tournament.
I'm going to grab a refill. Be right back.
Yeah.
All right.
What'd Matt say? I don't pay for gas. I got to take their gas. Yeah, we were at one point we were 439.
We're at that right now. We're there right now.
It's gone down to 419.
Well, they say that they gave you a discount. Yeah, they dropped the prices to give you a price break. That's what they said on the news today.
Yeah.
Here. So I was like, well, thanks for dropping it 10 cents. That was nice of you.
Yeah, they said I saw on the news that it was like, oh, the price of a barrel has gone down, and like literally we saw no change here at the pump, like none. But
you know, the sad thing is we're going to go back to like $3 a gallon, and it's going to stay there because everybody's just going to be relieved it's $3.
Yep.
Just a year ago we were under $2.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. That's a whole nother issue.
Yeah, you know, they get it up to where it's, you know, four something. Mm-hmm. Then they'll drop it down to like 3 something, and you think it's all right. It's like, oh, we're under 3, great, or we're at 3, yay.
Yep. Hey, Doc, I wanted to ask you if I could mention that giveaway that me and Sunfish King are doing. I told him I'd mention it if I was on the lives tonight at all.
Absolutely.
You guys are doing a giveaway?
Yeah, we're doing a giveaway.
I'm actually donating to that.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. But yeah, he wanted me to share. We're trying to get people to share it out more. You know what I mean? Like, we have a ton of great prizes. We're going to do it at like 1,400 hook sets. I'm almost there now. So I'm waiting for King to get up. But if you guys on the chat or whatever, if you guys could share our giveaway, King just did an updated video. So if you guys could check that out, maybe share it out on your community pages or whatever to get more people just to share it is what we want to do to get views. And if you want to donate, we're taking donations still. I know JV was so nice to donate, which he always does. But yeah, if you want to donate anything to it, you can go to that video, check it out. Hit Sunfish King up or myself up on any of my descriptions of my videos, my emails and stuff like that. If you want to donate stickers, baits, whatever you guys want to do. But we're in the last home stretch of this giveaway. So we just want to make one more burst, like to reach out there one more time before we set it up. So if you guys here and then in the chat wouldn't mind just sharing it out. And if you want to do anything with it, please feel free to contact Sunfish King or myself, and we greatly appreciate it. Now we're going to be closing that up here real soon for the giveaway, and then start picking winners. We're going to let the community vote on it, and you have to be subscribed to his channel or my channel, and you get a vote on his channel and my channel for whoever entered. And we'll be doing a video of all the video entries, so you guys can go watch them and then vote on that. So
cool.
I appreciate that, Doc. Thank you for doing that, and thanks JV for donating to that.
And
I just shared it in the chat, people.
Thanks.
And that was the one that started out as like a YouTube starter kit, right?
Yeah, actually, at the beginning, I was going to do just to myself, and then I reached out to Sunfish King and said, "Hey, you want to get in this with me? Do you want to do something?" And he's like, "Yeah, it sounds great." And then it just blew up from there. And then we got over $2,500 worth of prizes from all the great sponsors, everybody who donated to it. It just got real big. And it was like, whoa, like I didn't think it was going to get that big. And if I knew it was going to get that big, I would have prepped for it, but I wasn't prepared for it to get that big. And I'm like, wow. And then Sunfish King's doing a lot of work himself, like with promoting it and stuff. So I'm doing it. I felt bad at first, but then I'm like, all right, I got to really put put some more effort into this. And I was like really sharing it out and getting a hold of people. And my people that I was affiliated with started donating, like Fish Brains donating, some stuff, Vector Hooks, I think Fish Angler, Angler Tungsten, John from Small Water, all the, the channel started getting into it. And I'm like, wow, this thing got big quick. So I really appreciate that.
Speaking of giveaways, I'm going to give I was doing that giveaway for Eric to hit 1,000 subscribers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He hit 1,000 subscribers.
Awesome.
Did he really?
Yeah. This last week, he gained like 300.
Wow.
So,
you're giving away a rod or something, aren't you?
I'm giving away 2 rods and reels, a tackle box filled with all the tackle you'll ever need.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it, JV. Honest, it's like everybody in this chat. I just wanted to give props to JV because he's always doing giveaways, always giving back to the community. I really appreciate him doing that stuff. So everybody in here, man, give a thumbs up for JV because that is very cool what he does. And I know just from the small amount of giveaways that I've done, it costs a ton of money to send all this stuff out and a lot of time in organizing everything. So JV, man, you got my thumbs up, buddy. I appreciate you.
Yeah, it's a lot to get the giveaways out. Like,
yeah.
I know Cousin Elvis, like when he just because I threw in a shirt for John's giveaway that he did for 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, and
like this is my fault. It got returned to me because I can't spell. But so I went to go send it back out. Now I was like I was right by a UPS store, right by you. I'm like, oh, let me just run in there. I'll send it through them. They want $22.
Oh yeah.
Dude, UPS
They're like,
terrible,
because we can't ship to a PO box, we got to send it to the post office. I said, do me a favor, hand me that back. I'll go to the post office.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I use Pirate Ship. And
that's what I use. That's what I use.
It's good prices, man.
What happened today was I sent out 23 packages yesterday with my baits and things like that. And Grits and Glamour sent me a PO box, but the zip code was wrong. So I couldn't put it into Pirate Ship. So I had to go to the post office. And the lady's Lisa there, she's great. She always helps me out. She looked it all up and she said, okay. And I said, well, just ship it from here because I'm not going back and doing it again. I don't have time to do that. So it was like $5.50 to send that package out. Well, on Pirate Ship, it's $3.20.
Yep.
So you save $2-3 a package. When you're doing a lot of giveaways, that adds up over a year's time. So
now, what is that called? Pirate Ship?
Pirate Ship, yes.
And where is that
just
like
go,
online?
Just go online, download it,
yeah.
Fill out your information, get an account with them. It doesn't cost anything. And they give you option, and you can ship UPS on there also. I just did that when I shipped to Australia for Sandy. And you fill out like a customs form and everything right there, and you can do it all from right there, and it's cheaper to do it that way. Yeah, much cheaper.
I can send out half a dozen hard baits, and it only cost me like $4.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to have to look into that.
Yeah, definitely look into
it. I do a lot of giveaways. So.
Yeah, JV, that's something you're going to want to look into. Definitely do. Pirate Ship. I would say go with them. You'll save tons of money.
Yep.
Especially when you have to ship me that belt.
Yeah, and that's not he's gonna be shipping me that belt this year. My eyes are on that belt now. That's my goal for this year is that belt right there.
I'm probably just gonna buy my own.
Be
honest.
Well, if I don't get it, I might do that myself too, just to get the props.
I'm gonna buy.
Logo. But now
I'll tell you what. If I don't win, I'm gonna buy my own and get it engraved exactly as JV has it, just so I can say that I actually won.
If I win it, I'll do a skit of Macho Man with that belt.
Do you have the tights?
With that, I don't have the tights, but I'll go buy.
Okay,
some.
Good.
You're pretty close to the video I'm about to shoot there off the hook. It's not Macho Man, but it's pretty close.
I could only imagine. I could only imagine.
Bigelow? Is it Bam Bam? Is it Bam Bam
That
Bigelow?
would be awesome, but I don't want to do all the tattoos on my head.
Yeah,
you can do it. No, you got to. You got to do. You can do the flames. Come on.
That'll be awesome.
I'm not that good of a drawer.
Hold on a second. Let me go back real quick. No, Matt. John didn't tell me what you sent him.
Where is John tonight, if you don't mind me asking?
I believe they were out in Clewiston because Bruiser Baits is doing their free tournament on Sunday. I think they're fishing. They're pre-fishing.
Okay. Because I talked to John today, and he didn't say. He said he was going to go live tonight, but then I guess he switched channels.
King Kong Bundy. I like that one.
Well, actually last week I was talking about this earlier. Last week was supposed to be on my channel, but I was busy.
You were away in Vegas. You were somewhere. Yeah, that's what he said. You were away.
No, I mean, I was still local here. We were just doing an event with some of my students.
Yeah, that's what he was
filming
saying.
An event at Trump's house.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, he did a big thing on the Trump's house thing.
Yeah, he couldn't say Mar-a-Lago right or something like that.
He had a good time with. He actually sent me a screenshot of the text message he sent you about you now knowing Trump.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he had some fun with it.
You know him too, and I was like, no,
not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Dude, Trump has his own water.
That's awesome.
I saw that.
Yeah, did John share that in the live the other night?
What do you mean, like his own company,
or is it to me? One of the two.
Is it his own company, or is it like his water at his house? It's his own water.
Like at his house, it had a bottle that said Trump on it.
Okay. Nice.
Hold on, it's getting glare. Let me go the other
way. I think JV has his own water too, doesn't he? Don't JV have his own water?
There you go.
From the puddle behind my house.
No, because it was funny. They had this whole area set up to where they're like, okay, like you guys can go over here, and we've got sandwiches and waters and Diet Cokes and all this other stuff. So I was like, all right. So we walk over there before the event begins, and I was like, pull up, I'm like, the water says Trump on it. I'm taking that home. I was drinking it, and I'm going, It tastes like lower gas prices.
Yeah. I had to go make some more coffee. I'll be right back.
But no, I mean it was cool. It was like I was telling Joe earlier. It was a fun event. The kids did good. It was a fashion show that they had to film. So
gotcha.
That's funny, Creel.
What he said?
The JV water. Who said the JV water? No, that was Buck. He said you don't want to drink the JV water.
Oh, Matt sent John the Bojangles Spice Kit. Nice. I want one.
I actually got the Everglades seasoning you were talking about.
Not the
regular one. I use that all the time, but there is that heat one.
I got the heat.
Oh yeah, the heat.
I haven't tried it yet, but I got a bottle in the kitchen.
Dude, I put it on. Did you hear that from Doc, or was that from me?
Well, I've been using Everglades seasoning before I knew you guys, but all the different flavors I knew nothing about until I started hanging out with these guys.
Okay, well, I got it from Deer Meat for Dinner. That's where I got the heat thing. And
Rob?
Yeah, from Robert Arrington. And Blue Gay don't use it. He uses something else. But Robert uses the deer. So when I had my foot, I got to operate on my foot. That's what got me to do YouTube and everything with Deer Meat for Dinner, actually. I was just watching him every day, and I was out for like 6 or 8 weeks. So I was watching YouTube all the time. And I'm like, you know what? I do that stuff too. It's just not to that level, but I do that stuff. So I'm going to start a YouTube channel. So and I did it. But that Everglades heat, dude, I put that on chicken, steaks. I can put that on any. It's great. On French fries. I can't wait to try it. Oh, it's good. You'll love it.
I can't wait to try it.
Yeah.
I got one snakehead in the freezer, but I'm trying to get a few more first.
What's nice
is... Hey, I caught a fish in Canada. Welcome in.
Hey, what's up, Johnny? How are you, buddy? The stores here sell that sometimes, like at Walmart.
Oh, really?
Sometimes you can get it on a shelf. Most of the time, it's not there, so I just get the 2-pack or 3-pack from Amazon, or I'll get when I'm low on the fish and chicken and heat. I'll order the whole kit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, the fish and chicken is really good too.
yeah, it's real good.
Yep,
real good.
One of my favorite things to put the Everglades seasoning on. Fried eggs.
Oh yeah,
you were gonna say that.
Yeah. Dude.
Oh,
I've not tried that yet.
It is the best. Like a nice sunny side up egg with Everglades. Oh, the original Everglades seasoning.
Okay. I use the heat on just about everything, but yeah, that would be good. The Everglades is great for everything.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
No plugs. Yeah. I don't get paid by them or anything, but it's a great thing.
Yeah, Rob was actually
good though. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
Rob from Deer Meat for Dinner was doing an event right over here in Jupiter Farms Thursday night.
Okay.
He was doing a barbecue, and he was kind of selling some merch over at Jupiter Farms Bait and Tackle.
Was he barbecuing an iguana or something like that in the smoker?
I don't know. Like I wanted to go, but like again, it's been spring break, so we've had a lot of stuff that we've been doing with the girls and everything.
Have
Rob
you
and
been
I
on spring break? You keep saying that. You mean you've been on the spring break this week? Okay, my kid just started. Well, technically today, I guess.
Oh yeah.
So I guess it's different for Broward.
Is it?
I get. I mean, like she went to school yesterday for half day, and then today was her beginning through next week.
They started here in school today. They went half day today.
Okay.
Not my kids, but I work at a school district, so they're off. They had a half day today. Now they're on spring break.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got to go back on Tuesday.
Okay.
But Rob had a little event. I don't know exactly what he was cooking and everything out there. I wish we could have gone, but my God, I don't think we got home that night till like 9-10 o'clock, and we were just out and about. And like Jupiter Farm was probably about like 10 minutes away from us.
Okay.
Where he was doing it. He didn't post it on YouTube or anything. He posted it on his personal Facebook page.
I got you.
That he was going to be out there. Rob and I went to high school together.
Did you?
Yeah, we played baseball together at the Wire. Rob was a year ahead of me. And
he seems like a really cool dude. I mean, I hope he's like that all the time because you know.
No, Rob is 100% what he's showing you.
Yeah,
on YouTube. Yeah, he's that good of a person.
Okay.
Yeah, he's awesome. He always has been. I mean, ever since we were kids.
I'm actually using the guide that he uses from Stuart, Florida. And I can't remember the guide. I got to get a hold of him because I'm going down. When I come down to see you guys this year, been Christmas break.
Yeah.
Doc, I'm going to be in Port St. Lucie, staying there.
Okay.
So I'll be going to Stuart, Florida for a guide for Mahi Mahi with my kids one day. Cool. But then I want to meet up with like you and John when I'm down there and try to do. I like to do peacock back with you in the new John boat, and I want to go with small waters while I'm down there.
Yeah, actually, might not have to go on the John boat.
Okay.
We got my father-in-law. We went out to Okeechobee a couple Sundays ago and found a 16-foot Scout.
Okay.
Really great little boat. It's got a pulling platform on the back, but I mean, nice little boat. We took it out for a shakedown the other day.
Okay.
Just to, I mean, obviously the boat fired right up and everything looked good and everything like that. But did we just lose Ted? His camera went out.
Yeah.
Oh, there he's
back.
Okay. But yeah, we went and kind of did a little shakedown on it, and I think it's gonna be a really good boat. So
lost him again.
Yeah, lost him again. But yeah, so
that's pretty cool.
Back up. Yeah, it's a cool little boat. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and we can actually take out.
Cool.
Hey, Matt. And I saw Monica jumped in. Hello, Monica.
Hey, Monica. I got your boxes. I haven't even opened them yet, but I just got them today.
Thought you were making coffee. What is that?
Oh, the coffee's still brewing, but this is zero sugar Mountain Dew Spark.
I don't know how I can't drink that stuff.
Nope.
It's not bad. But I'm on that no carb, no sugar diet, so.
See, I don't like sweet drinks, sweet thing. Like I'm not a big sweets person.
Unsweet iced tea in here.
Like
I love sweet tea though.
No, I mean I like it, but I can't drink it. It's too much sugar.
See, I can't even drink sugar anymore. Like I drink mostly like flavored waters and stuff like that. But I grab caffeine every once in a while, just because I work a lot. But I drink mostly flavored waters and coffee. And now like if I grab a regular Mountain Dew, like if I go through a drive-through every once in a great while, and I'll grab like a regular Mountain Dew, man, I can just feel it on my teeth. It's like, I used to drink this stuff.
No, Creel, I don't drink tequila either. I don't like I'm not a big fan of liquor either. Like I like like a bourbon or like a Jack Daniel's whiskey, but like I can't do like rum or vodka or gin. Like I just I don't like it.
That's right, Boxy.
Oh, hold on. Share the link again for Ted. What Boxy say?
But I know how to drink iced tea.
Oh yeah, the great unsweet sweet.
Yeah,
I usually catch a lot when I say it's unsweet. That's why I almost didn't say it, but amongst friends.
I don't like pond water. I drink my tea sweetened.
It's funny, yeah. The creeks I fish in look just like the tea. That's
true.
I quit putting sugar in coffee and stuff years ago, and you don't miss it after a while.
No, I said I can't even stand it anymore if I drink something sugary.
Oh no, see, I can't do like my coffee. My coffee is no cream, no sugar, no nothing. It's just straight black coffee.
If it's good coffee, yes. Otherwise, I throw some cream in it.
But you can't do that with Starbucks coffee. Have you ever had straight black Starbucks coffee?
Yeah.
Oh, it's awful.
I've only been to Starbucks once in my life.
Yeah, I usually don't, especially with gas prices. I can't afford both.
No. Yeah, I went and spent $6 for a coffee this big that tasted like a milkshake, and I was like, I could have just got a milkshake.
Hold on.
Yeah, dude. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, Krill wants to know what's in the cup. I will tell you what's in my cup, and I'll guarantee you'll turn your nose up. All right, so this cup just has water. I always have 2 cups. And then this cup right here, just a little bit of beer. And I'm almost done with it.
Yeah, I don't drink any alcohol at all, guys. Sorry.
I don't drink much anymore. When I go camping,
I had kids,
and maybe a cold beer here and there, but yeah, with the kids running around,
I stopped drinking years ago. I don't drink any alcohol at all. I
I
drink unsweetened iced tea too.
I'm on spring break, so got to have at least one.
Yeah, pure leaf unsweetened black tea. That's what I drink, or green tea unsweetened if I get it.
I do like
Let's get the tea bags and make a big old pitcher.
Yeah,
Monica.
What did she say? Okay.
Oh, that's going back.
You had to be here for that live. I don't even remember what video
funny.
it is. We all went over to Mark's and hashtag throat me. I can't remember what video it was, but I wish I did.
No, it was during my live.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he wanted to say he would throw. I think we were talking about gas prices because they had gone up. What? No,
it was something because we were talking about something. He's like, I'd throw.
Oh, it was weather. We were talking about weather.
But he forgot to put punch in there, so he said, I'd throat somebody.
We were talking about the temperature. That's what it was. We were talking about the temperature, and I think he said I'd throat punch somebody for like 78 degrees right now, but he forgot to put the punch. And he posted it, and like immediately the like next comment was throat punch.
It was too late. We went over and hashtag one of his videos, hashtag throat me.
Yeah, it
That's funny.
Daddy Duck, I think they changed that, man. They were catching a lot of flack for it. At least down here in Florida. It's carry everywhere anyway.
Yeah, I'm not a Starbucks guy. Only time I ever had Starbucks.
I never walked into one, so like that wasn't like at a hotel or something.
Yeah, no, I was at a hotel. And the only reason I did it is because I was dating that one girl from California, and she's the one who talked me into going. And yeah.
I was at Starbucks at Disney this past year with my daughter. She wanted to get some kind of Starbucks mug Disney edition, and you went in there and they were $100 a piece for a coffee mug, and she wanted one. I'm like, oh God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My daughter likes there's like a pink, like strawberry type of drink from Starbucks.
I don't know.
When we were up in Orlando, the hotel that we were staying at, they had a Starbucks in the hotel.
Yeah.
So I went down and it was one of the most awful experiences ever, like to order anything from Starbucks. Like You know that movie? You ever seen that movie, Role Models?
Yeah.
Where she's like, "Do you mean a large, or do you mean a venti?" And he's like that's how I felt the entire time. I'm like, just like, she's like, "Do you mean a venti?" I was like, I just like that size. Just give me that size. Why do I have to call it whatever it is? Just that size, that one there. Just
right. You know which one the medium one is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to. You know what I'm trying to say. Don't make me say it. Just serve the damn drink in the cup. Let me leave and pay you the $95 I have to pay for these 2 drinks.
Yep. And that's without any floaty caramel or anything in it. Where do you get the floaty caramel? It's $150.
Or with the fairy dust or whatever.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Monica, I was out your way a few weeks ago. Well, no, you're in Northern California. I was in Southern California.
Monica, we both know if I went to California, I'd either end up in jail or in the grave.
Hey, I didn't.
I'm showing up with a PETA hat on and a Michael Vick jersey.
Actually, yeah. No, like now that I think about it, when I was there, I was actually kind of like on my best behavior, because I was with like 11 students. But like, I didn't go to jail or anything. It actually wasn't that bad. It was still, like, sir, can you put your mask on? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm from Florida. I don't know any better.
No. I went there once when I was younger because my grandpa owned a shipping yard in Long Beach, California. That's all I can say is Snoop Dogg is full of crap. Long Beach is not scary at all. Long Beach is actually really cool. I enjoyed it there at Long Beach. There was a lot of skate parks and nothing scary going on in Long Beach. I was like, what is Snoop Dogg talking about? This place is awesome.
Listen, that's where we were, JB. We were in Long Beach. And, I got, like, the homeless over there. I think I talked about it in the live that I got back from. But the homeless over there, they're off the charts.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, like, off the charts? Like, what are they?
Oh, they're everywhere.
They're everywhere, and they are on a different level. Like, they're on a different level of crazy than like the homeless that we have around here.
Okay. Well, the homeless we have here have to live through the winter, so they're actually more of a survivalist than homeless.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, there was a guy, like, I don't know if you were in the live, Ted, where there was my buddy's school that we were there with. He took some of his students over to a Chipotle for dinner. And we had taken our students to a restaurant that was right around the corner, like a burger joint. Well, when we got back to the hotel, like, my students come over and they're like telling me, like, oh, the kids from such and such school, they're traumatized right now. I'm like, for what? I'm like, here we go with our feelings again. Like, Jesus. And they're like, well, I guess there was an incident at Chipotle. Okay, what? They're like, well, apparently this homeless man walked in and yelled something and then pulled his pants down and showed his penis. And I'm like, that's awesome.
Sure he wasn't homeless? Sure it wasn't just me on a bad night?
I didn't say that to my students that that's like awesome, but in my head, my demented head, I'm like, it's freaking hilarious.
Yeah. That's
like, he didn't hurt anybody. He just went in there yelling something.
Who among us has not exposed themselves in a fast food restaurant? Let's not throw stones. Come on.
In my drinking days,
Jeremy,
when I was in better shape, if I did end up naked, I didn't drink enough.
I wanted to ask that question right there. Did he helicopter it?
Monica's comment.
But I mean, like, California, I gotta tell you, it's pretty much like right around here. Like, as far as like scenery and just like, it literally is like downtown West Palm Beach, down by the waterfront where we were in Long Beach. Other than, in the background, you got mountains. We don't have those here.
I guess there's more Sasquatch sightings out California than Florida, though. You have the skunk ape down Florida.
Skunk ape, we got the skunk ape.
Yeah, I think
that's a fascinating. Do you guys think it's real?
Do I think it's real?
Bigfoot, like
my kids.
real?
my kids, I follow it all the time, and I'm like, it's real, and I'm like, look at that, and all the stuff that's coming up, and my wife and my daughter are like, Dad, you're stupid, and I'm like,
my wife's like, these people are insane.
Yes, they're good, and I'm like, yeah, you never know. I said, look at all this evidence. I said, so I'm like right there, and I don't want to say yay or nay, but who knows? I mean, strangers, who knows?
My buddy is Sasquatch. That's what everybody's seeing. It's just when he goes camping. The dude looks like he's wearing a sweater when he takes his shirt off.
I would love, like, what do we got? Like 13, 14 in here? I want to know everybody's opinion on this. Is Sasquatch or Skunk Ape, is it real?
I mean, you see them with my own eyes, no, and I spend a lot of time in the woods and some backwoods. Like, I go.
Daddy Doug says Bigfoot is real.
Nothing.
Okay, now there was I'm not saying I had a Bigfoot experience, so please, I don't want to have that impression at all. But when you see all these people out there and they're saying, "Oh yeah, I was fishing and I heard like a beaver tail like slapping in the water and stuff," but it was no beaver there. There was somebody throwing rocks. When we were little, we were in Pymatuming. This is Pymatuming, PA. We were fishing an old strip mine pond, and we're sitting there. And somebody was throwing rocks. Didn't know who it was, but it was just hitting the water. We were like, what the heck is that? And it was just rocks and rocks and rocks. And then we just got nervous and we left. And I was like, oh, and I always thought of that day. Like, I wonder if someone was just messing around or what, you know what I mean? But who knows? I don't know. I can't say yay or nay, but I am in the woods hunting a lot, but where I hunt at, maybe they're not there. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, but I've traveled all over.
Yeah, like, you've been everywhere.
I've done survival videos and gone bear hunting in the Smoky Mountains, 20 miles away from civilization.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
Yeah.
I can understand because, like, when you're in, like, woods like that, and the biggest thing I always think of is it's probably a bear a lot of these people are seeing because people don't realize bears walk on 2 feet way more than people think they do.
I think you're right.
I've literally watched bears walk on 2 feet forever. And when you're in the deep woods, if you're not, especially if like sun's coming up, sun's going down, and you see that thing walking through the trees, yeah, it's gonna look like a big dude walking through the woods.
Yeah, you're right.
Fair.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think with all the modern technology we have at this point,
you should find something.
We should find something, right?
Yeah. I'm more inclined to there being like a megalodon or something like that because we've only explored 5 to 10% of the ocean.
I agree with you on that, JB.
So,
definitely.
Yeah, being some prehistoric, you know, shark or whatever deep in the ocean that we don't see. Yeah, I believe that way more before I believe anything on land we haven't found yet.
Makes sense.
Foxy said that because he's around Pymatuming, where I said I'm close to him. I used to hang
said
out.
No way.
Yeah. But I went as far as I got a Jack Link's Bigfoot and it come with the foot in the metal tin, and I screwed that onto a post. And my kids were down in my camp, and we were down there one day. My nieces and nephews were out there, and I went up and I put it in the ground. And we went up and we all went up and we wood knocked and everything like that. And I walked them over to the creek and I'm like, and my son was like astonished. And, you know, and I almost didn't want to lie to him, but it was so cool that I didn't say a word. And he come down and he was talking about it for all night and all day the next day. Let's go back up and do wood knocks. And I'm like, yeah, maybe I should probably tell him. So I'll wait till he gets a little older and then I'll probably tell him.
Unless he watches this tonight.
Yes. Yes.
You ever seen that show? I think it's on, was it Discovery? Or something like that. It's like Finding Bigfoot where they got those guys. They always go out in the woods.
I can't stand that one dude. Oh my gosh.
And they do the calls.
He's got like the curly black hair.
Yeah.
Bobo is his name or
oh
something
my
like
gosh,
that.
I hate that dude. If I ever saw him in real life, I'd slap him in the mouth.
Now, the most interesting Bigfoot that I've seen was the Survivor Man. When he does Survivor Man, the Bigfoots on Les Stroud does the Survivor Man Bigfoots. That's the most realistic thing that I've watched on it.
I haven't seen those.
But he's not seeing Bigfoot either. He's just going out there to try to experience it or whatever. And some things have happened that he couldn't explain. That's who I watched, and I'm most interested in him doing it than anybody else, really.
I'm all about Ancient Aliens.
Yeah.
Every day I watch that damn show.
Dude,
right before I go to bed, I turn that thing on.
I haven't watched that.
Bro, it's starting to make a lot of sense to me. I need to stop watching. like you can start making it like, damn, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
All right, then I'm not gonna start watching it.
Oh yeah, because I'm like, the aliens are down in the ocean where JV says we haven't found anything. That's where they're at now.
Well, if they were going to be, that'd be the smartest place for them to go. Yeah,
they are more intelligent beings. So,
well, we only discovered like how much 40% of the ocean or something like that.
Something like that.
Well, you want to know some creepy stuff? Go on, like Google Planet Map thing, and go to some of the highest mountaintops where people can't reach, and then they got the aerial shots of these places. For some reason, some of these mountaintops are blacked out on Google Earth. They won't show you what's up there.
Might be military stuff.
Could be. Who knows what's up there? You can't tell.
Really good fishing spots.
Yeah, really good fishing spots. I ain't going to tell you about my fat butt ain't getting up to the top of the mountain go fishing anyhow.
That's how I do it. Nothing to see over here, guys. No, keep going over there.
That's where all the Bigfoot are.
Jeremy said if Bigfoot was in Louisiana, he'd be scared because we'd eat them.
No, what do they call it? Hold on. Is it in Louisiana? There's a thing.
I don't know what it's called. I know the skunk ape.
Rougarou, but I don't think that's
Rougarou.
Rougarou, but that's not Bigfoot. That's something else.
JV, what did you just do? We did something about witches or something. Didn't you have a video?
Oh, Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah, the Skinwalker Ranch. That was a cool video.
Actually, I'm actually working on the script for the next one. So what I was doing before I hopped up here.
That was really cool, dude. That was a really good video. The good thing you did. It's called Buck.
Oh, Buck. Yeah, he kind of looks like a Sasquatch. That's for sure. That guy we were looking for, I don't know who was all in Jeremy's live last weekend, but we were looking for Jeremy's brother's channel, and I found that dude that we found that wasn't Jeremy's brother that we all subscribed to. That dude looks like a Bigfoot.
So what you do? Subscribe to somebody else that wasn't his brother.
Yeah. He was a big old redheaded dude, definitely from down south somewhere, and he was a furry dude.
That's funny.
See, we got ours is called the skunk ape down here, and that out by Joe, that's where they say the skunk ape. That's where they say is.
Yeah,
out in the Everglades and all that.
Right.
I've never
yet to see one.
Yeah, it looks like a big orangutan to me. It's that color and everything in Florida. I don't know. There's Yetis, snowman. I mean, it's just crazy. But yeah, like you said, we have millions and millions of trail cameras. We have all this infrared stuff now that hunters use all the time now.
Drones.
We did night vision, drones, people being out in the woods and nothing. So it's I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd think somebody would have captured one at this point.
Then again, you got all the electronics on your boat, and you can still get skunked.
You're right about that. Right about that.
But at least
I'm just playing devil's advocate. I don't care.
Yeah, if there is a big
you see a shadow. It might have been a fish. It could have been a rock. It could have been a stick. You set your hook into it, and it's a tree.
Hold on, I'm gonna get a refill.
Edit that out.
What you said, JV?
Yeah, you edit that out.
I'm saying if there is a Bigfoot, he's got to be living in a cave somewhere and only comes out to hunt. He'd be more like a descent type creature instead of
yeah, I got you.
Ape.
You talk about the movie The Descent?
Yeah, he would be. Yeah. I mean, he'd have to be pretty much because he hardly ever comes out.
Define good. The
monsters are okay. The story was stupid.
But they made part 2, which was as advertised.
Yep. It went straight to DVD for a reason. But I liked The Descent for the monster part, but the story behind it was absolutely ridiculous.
Yep.
Daddy Duck just had a good comment right there too. If you see that one, it makes kind of sense. It makes some sense.
Thousands of sightings from around the world.
Yeah, but there's also thousands of sightings of Elvis and Tupac every year around the world.
Because Elvis is still alive, clearly.
Yes. So, I mean,
that's a touchy subject, though. You're gonna get some people hating you or
that's cool.
Unsubscribe. Did you see World's Fastest Tube? He did that Sasquatch video.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that. I got to go back and.
You should
that was
watch
part
it.
1 at least. Yeah, part 2's coming. He's having a good time with that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, I got to go back and watch it.
He's an educated man too. He's pretty good at what he's doing.
It's true, Elvis lives.
It's true, Elvis.
See, I might not lose subs. I might gain some.
Maybe that's what the blackout spots is on top of the mountain. That's where they're keeping Bigfoot and Elvis and
yeah. Mark would have definitely caught one. Actually, I don't think that. Yeah, like. Dead, oh, now we're getting into some weird, deep conspiracy theory stuff.
There we go.
There we go.
I mean, we got a half hour left. Let's just go down the rabbit hole.
You want to talk about? Remember, I'm a Bible scholar. You want to talk about our leaders worshiping an ancient god? Yeah, they all worship Moloch, the owl god, and it's actually a proven point. That one crazy morning talk show guy. What is his name?
Maury Povich?
No. He has like an
Jerry Springer.
Jerry Springer.
Crazy.
No, he's a political guy. Yeah, he's a political guy. It's an all online show, but he has like his own website, his own YouTube.
I've heard of
He's
that.
actually really big.
I've seen.
Like he actually infiltrated this actually real place in California, where all the world leaders and world businessmen all go to have this like week-long celebration, and it's completely cut off from the world, and the security is impossible. He got in because they thought he was part of it because he's such a big name. And he recorded it, and it's true. These guys go around, they got this big owl of Moloch, who is an ancient biblical. I mean, it's forbidden to worship this god in Leviticus in the Bible. And all of our world leaders, I mean, including Republicans, Democrats, whatever, and they're all worshiping this giant owl god. And they have this huge ceremony where they sacrifice. You can't tell in the video if it's a real person or not, but they got this body-shaped thing wrapped up like a mummy that they light on fire. They're screaming, and they sacrifice it to this big owl god called Moloch. And I can't remember which show it was, but it's actually a real – the guy's got the video of him. And, yeah, he almost gets found out because people are like, why are you recording? What's that camera here for?
Yeah. I heard of that same thing, JV.
I've never heard that.
I did. I heard there's a lot of different things out there that are like pretty crazy, like people are doing.
Alex Jones, that's it. See, I don't like Alex Jones because he's absolutely crazy. Some of the stuff he comes up with is just absolutely ridiculous. But that video, you can't deny he actually went there and he videotaped the whole thing.
Jeremy said they're just having a pig roast.
You can't say this is just having a pig roast thing.
That's crazy, dude. But yeah, I don't know. And it's a lot of the stuff, JV, like you said, a lot of that weirder, like closed doors kind of meetings and whatever they're doing rituals. A lot of that is businessmen, real rich people and doing things like that. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
The public has no way, and all the security and stuff have to sign like huge things that they can't talk about what goes on in there. Yeah.
Just wonder how much we don't know.
Oh, there's a lot we don't know.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think we want to know what our world leaders do.
I think it would be pandemonium.
There it is, Bohemian Grove. That's what it's called. Yeah.
What is it?
Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian Grove. If you've never seen the documentary, go watch. Okay, I said Alex Jones is crazy. He thinks there's lizard people, and I don't believe in all that nonsense. But as I said, that video, you can't deny it. He got in there, and he videotaped the whole thing, and he showed this whole ritual. And
I would not guess that Matt from Brim Bass and Beyond would actually know what that is. I don't know why.
Well, I think like a lot more people know about it, but places like YouTube and stuff have swept it under like they won't. I think they took all the videos off of YouTube and stuff like that. You can only find it on his website and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Plus, we can't deny all the Illuminati signs everywhere, from Hollywood to the banking to music industry to.
The lizard folks are real.
The lizard folks are right now. The lizard folks ain't real.
We have those lizards that run on two legs down here.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Those like little lizard people.
But was Jesus married? No, Jesus never had sex in his whole life. He died a virgin. Why?
Oh, is that what Matt asked? Matt Daddy Duck, not Matt Burn Bass and Beyond.
Then explain why Mary Magdalene was called his favorite and he loved her the most. Because she absolutely loved him. She had more faith than most of any of the rest of them. When he was dead, she was the one who kept going back to his gravesite. She had more faith that she actually figured out that he was actually going to rise from the dead when all the rest of them were still at home whimpering. She knew it. She actually had faith. That's why he loved her so much.
Yeah, but he's
coming up too. Isn't Easter late this year? Like,
I don't
like
know.
near the end of April.
Yeah, end of April this year, I think. Yeah.
I know our turkey season's always late around here.
Yeah,
Happening in May, it should be April.
We went to the Bush Wildlife Sanctuary yesterday with my girls. It's a really cool area out here in Jupiter. It's just they take in injured animals and everything like that, and they nurse them back. And sometimes they'll, hey Amanda. Sometimes they release them back in the wild. Sometimes they'll keep them there.
Mm-hmm.
But there was one area that we went to, and it was funny. The girls were like, "Oh, look, it's a turkey. Oh, look, it's a deer." Oh, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's the tasty cage."
Yeah. Come to my hunting field. I'll show you all kinds of them. I'll get you real up close right after I pop one.
It was cool. I don't know if you guys saw the short that I posted of the Florida Panther.
Yeah.
Hey, Amanda.
Hey, honey.
That's where they had that at. Was they just have one Florida Panther in there, and they got a couple black bears, but it's a cool little area, and it's free to get in. I mean, you can just go and walk it, and they got like nature trails and everything, and it's a cool place to take the kids to kind of expose them to, wildlife, especially with my girls, well, Kinsley's 9 and Avery's only 4, but, it's, kind of, Avery wanted to like touch everything, which makes sense because that one, she was digging in the dirt and on the trails and everything. And, cool. But yeah, it's a cool place. And you don't have to pay anything. You just, they ask for donations, to help them out. And I threw some money in the boxes and everything like that. But it's a neat place.
That's cool.
That's a storybook land up in where I grew up over by Aberdeen. Same thing. They have concession stands. They have rides you have to pay for, but like just to walk through and go through all the exhibits and feed the animals and all that stuff, it's all free. It's a cool place for kids.
Yeah, they don't let you feed, like you can't really feed the animals there because I mean they're all there being rehabbed or they got injured in some way, shape, or form, and like I said, some of them will make it back out into the wild, some of them will not.
Well, yeah, you can't feed all the animals, but they do have a petting zoo. But yeah, they have like the elk and the bear and stuff. Obviously, you can't go feed a bear. Yeah, you might feed them real good.
Yeah, you might be the last thing he eats, but yeah, no, it's one of my friends. She works there, and we ran into her, and she was like, "Oh, you guys want to come see the bobcats? I'm getting ready to feed them." So we kind of got to go into like a little back area where, not the general public gets to go. I mean, it was still caged. It wasn't like she brought us into an area where, we were in any danger or she was, but she showed like because they only put out like in the general areas they only put out certain amounts of the animals. We only saw 2 bobcats when we went and walked by the exhibit, but like they have 8 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And all the other ones are just kind of in the back and stuff. And there was one you could tell it was a little bit younger of a bobcat, little juvenile. This thing just kept like jumping up on the fence, and they're like, we were going to release her back into the wild, but they found out that she has like a bone disease. So she's kind of like bow-legged, and she obviously wouldn't last, in the wild. So they're going to obviously have to keep her there. But it was cool. My girls loved it. Just a neat place.
When my dad was in the service, I lived in Utah when I was young. I was born in Utah, and I came to Pittsburgh after my dad was out of the service. He had a pet bobcat. He had it in the igloo in his backyard on a chain. And I got pictures of my dad when my dad was younger in the service with his bobcat hanging on him like a dog. But it was a bobcat. It's pretty cool.
Jeremy, you're allergic to... I don't know.
Just put your hand out. Let it sniff you.
Yeah.
It's funny. Like, we call them Florida Panthers down here. Up north, they're called mountain lions. They're cougars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that's a whole different thing, a cougar.
That's true. It depends on, yeah. But it was, Joe, have you ever seen a Florida Panther out in the wild?
Mm-mm. No, I saw one on a trail cam where I was camping. It's also a hunting ground. And one of the guys was showing off on his trail cam on his phone with the night before one had passed out in front of him. But I've never personally seen one, no.
I saw one about 15, 16 years ago. We had a family that lived out in Jupiter Farms, and they lived basically like in the back of Jupiter Farms. So, that highway that you took, Beeline Highway to get out to John and Lydia's? Okay, well, all that land from that highway, basically, it's all just wooded area in between that highway and Jupiter Farms after you pass Indian Town Road.
Mm-hmm.
So they basically were like the last road in Jupiter Farms, and they had a pond in the back, and then they had like an access road, and on the other side of the access road was a canal. And we were sitting out there in their back patio one night, just hanging out. They were having some sort of party or something. Us kids were out fishing and whatnot. The sun was going down, and this Florida Panther, just comes walking across that access road, just strolling across. That was that's the first time and only time I've ever seen one in the wild.
No.
So it was neat because it never stopped or anything. It never stopped and looked over towards our house. It just was just walking right along that access road.
Well, I live where we have mountain lions, and I don't know, y'all ever heard the story about the time the mountain lion followed me back from my deer stand? It was the one time I forgot to bring my pistol with me. So I always carry a pistol with me because we have mountain lions and bobcats and stuff out in these woods.
Right.
And for some reason, I left it sitting on my kitchen table that day. I must have been just tired when I left. And so I didn't have my pistol on me. And that's the one time I run into a mountain lion, and he followed me all the way back to the road.
Wow.
I literally walked backwards, and thankfully I had a headlamp. So I had the headlamp looking. I was walking backwards, and I had an arrow in my bow. And I was thinking, if he charges, I got one shot. So I'm going to wait until he gets about like 5 feet, and then I'm letting it go in his face.
Did he never charged?
No, but he followed me the whole. I think the only thing that really helped me is because I had the light shining at him, so he didn't want to come.
Yeah.
And then my buddy started yelling at me when I got to the road. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Dude, come over here," because I knew he had his gun. I was like, "Dude."
Well, there was a video that I saw. I think it was on. I can't remember if it was on Instagram or Facebook, but there was like one where like this guy was. I think he was hiking or walking a trail or something, and mountain lion just kept coming at him and was like
swatting at him and things.
Swatting at him, and he was like running, and then it would stop, and then it started. He'd start walking back, and then it came back after him, and this like video goes on for like 7 minutes.
I was hunting in Ohio.
Just going after him.
I hunt Ohio every year. I have a lease down there. My buddy just bought a house, but my cousin hunted a tree stand that I put up, and he was coming down. It was his first year to come down to hunt. So I let him in one of my tree stands, and I was hunting across the road. And we got down and we met up at the truck that night. And he goes, "Hey," he goes, "don't tell nobody, but I don't know. Do you ever see a mountain lion here?" I said, "No." He goes, "Dude, one came within 20 yards of your stand, looked right up at me and kept walking." I'm like, "Why didn't you shoot it?" He's like, "I didn't know, man. I was like frozen." So we called a DNR, the Ohio Valley Wildlife, and they said there are sightings down there. So I was like, "Well, hey," that was when all the PA gun laws and all that were. I said, "Can I bring my gun to Ohio? Because I'm going through West Virginia to get here. Because you weren't allowed to take your gun from PA to West Virginia to Ohio at the time or whatever." And he said I could transport it in. Ever since that day, because I walk in, JV knows, you walk in the woods, it's pitch black out. Anything could jump out from anywhere. You don't even know what the heck it is. You have a headlamp on, you're seeing 5 feet in front of you. So I started packing my pistol with me every time I go hunting from that day on.
I know. And I'm more scared of humans than I am animals.
Well, yeah, that's that's one of the main reasons.
Especially like what I said, I used to go down to North Georgia into the Smoky Mountains to go bear hunting. We go literally 20 miles up in the mountains. There's no cell phone services, no nothing. And I've seen, like, I was sitting up there bear hunting one time, and I watched this old redneck dude. I mean, just like cliche movie. He had the bibs on and just walking through the woods, had his hat cocked sideways and just breaking branches. I'm like, what is this dude doing out here? That's the kind of guy you don't want to run into out in those woods. Hey, Gabe. He never saw me.
How you doing, man? Thanks for coming in.
I was waiting for the banjo, Boxy. I was waiting.
Yeah, I hear banjos.
Boxy says that they say we don't have them, or we don't have them in PA, but he says he might have seen one in PA. I've never seen one in PA, just Ohio.
I mean, I've seen plenty of bobcat, when we're out fishing. Like I said, it's the only hey, Al.
What up, Al?
Amanda showed us a picture of a kangaroo in her backyard the other day. Amanda showed a kangaroo.
She lives in Australia.
But they're mean animals too, though. Did you ever see some of them kangaroos going after them people? They tear people up.
Depends on what breed.
Yeah, what is there? A red one and another one or something?
Yeah, I can never remember which one it is.
But there's
a red one and a gray one, and one of them looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
been taking steroids its whole life, and the other one looks like the Winnie the Pooh kangaroo.
Yeah,
I never remember which one is what.
Joe,
Al's in here. Hey, Al, how you doing, buddy?
The last video that I watched of yours, you were doing snakehead fishing with the chatterbait.
Mm-hmm.
I've never caught one with a chatterbait. Do you normally fish?
Snakehead are so aggressive, man. You can throw a yum dinger in front of them and they'll whack at it. I just happen to have that tied on my braided combo, so I just kept it rocking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the chatterbait's destroyed, man.
Let me
4 fish, it's done.
Let me ask you something, Joe. Since you fish for snakehead, how do they relate to our bowfin up here? Are they sort of like it, or are they way?
They're actually technically not related. Okay. Like species-wise.
Okay.
And I'm sure someone might yell at me in there for saying that. But I looked it up because somebody else had asked, and they're technically not related.
Okay.
Down here, people confuse them all the time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's an obvious difference if you've caught them both. Bowfin do fight just like snakehead. I think snakehead might fight a little bit harder. And you could eat the snakehead. Bowfin's got like a really mushy.
They say snakehead's a great fish to eat. I would never try it.
Fantastic eating. In fact, Doc will tell you, he just had his first one, a month or so ago. Real good eating fish. Just flaky white meat, no discernible flavor to it.
Yeah.
And the fight is pretty similar to a bowfin. I think it's easier to target snakehead than it is bowfin.
Okay.
I've never caught either.
Yeah, I've never tried to like target bowfin. Like snakeheads are easy to target. Like they're gonna be on the bank. They're gonna be right up on that bank. You roll something fast through that bank, they're gonna pop.
They're gonna hit it.
See them bowfin, and I fished bass tournaments, and we've caught some big bowfin that I netted in the weeds for my buddy, and he went to lip it thinking it's a bass, and here it's a bowfin. He's like, he jumps back, he's like, whoa, and I'm like, grab it, and he's like, it's a bowfin, and it tears your baits up. But my son, we'll go down to the spillway at my lake and up here where I'm at, and we'll go on the other side because there's a spillway, and it comes to like almost like a pond, and then it releases into a creek. Well, there's muskie in there that get over that dam, and there's bowfin right there. Well, them bowfin are like half the size of me. They're that big in there. Wow. So what we do is we'll catch a bluegill, and you use cut bait. You cut a bluegill up, and they won't eat nothing. They won't eat a worm or anything. But if you get a bluegill and cut it up, put it on a hook and throw it out there, they'll eat it every time. So what we do is we put it on a bobber on top, and we'll watch it on braid. And I'll give my son the heaviest rod we got, and they'll sit there. And then I'm like, just wait a while because this bobber will be just moving around this whole little pond forever. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, after like 10 minutes, I'm like, all right, set the hook. And he goes like this, man, and he gets pulled in halfway into the water, and they're fighting these bowfin, and they pull them out, and they're 3-4 foot long, and they're huge.
So they must have teeth like a pike, because I know I love catching pike and muskie, like my favorite fish to catch.
Yep.
But yeah, I hate catching them on a bass lure.
Yeah,
like,
they tear them up.
I'm not expecting it. Because, man, they tear up a bass. There's no going back after they get one.
JV, last year I caught a bass on a square bill, and I had 15-pound braid on. And I was reeling it, over these rocks, and it hit, and I thought I had a monster bass. I thought I had a 8-pound bass. And this muskie comes flying up out of the water again. And I get it to the boat, and I'm like, it's only a matter of time. It's 15-pound braid. This muskie's going to just rip it apart. I get it to the boat. He turns his head, snap, gone.
Yep.
The square bill, the muskie. I was like, yeah. But I love catching muskie. That's one of my favorite fish.
When you fish for pike and muskie, you have to use a metal leader.
Yes.
Now, I know, like, I know the snakehead that we have down here are different than the ones that are up north.
Yeah, they have the northern snakehead. We have the bullseye snakehead.
Bullseye, yeah, that's it. The bullseye. Now they come up on land and like attack frogs and stuff on land.
I've never seen it. I've heard of it being done. I've never seen it. I have seen one time I did see a little baby duck just get taken right down underneath, but that was probably a turtle. I didn't see any thrashing.
I've seen muskie eat ducks. I mean, I was there with the little ducklings. I've seen a muskie eat a duckling.
Oh yeah, pike and muskie.
That's what it was, duckling. Yeah.
All the time. Yeah, they'll eat full. Like a 15-pound, 20-pound pike will grab a full blown right out of the water.
Yeah.
Is that it, Joe?
No, that's the new one. I actually retied on a chatterbait to go out this weekend for the snakehead. I was looking for the old one because the thing is just freaking demolished.
Now in Delaware, I don't know if you heard of Gripping and Ripping Trey from Gripping and Ripping Fishing. Mm-hmm. Him and Orange 22. They're getting into the snakeheads up in Delaware, Dover, Delaware, and they've been fishing for them. And they think that snakehead's going to be the next bass, like the next tournament style fishing.
They're talking about that down here too. Actually, is making it just a game fish because it's non-native, but as far as the invasive properties, it's not what they thought. I think it was going to be.
Yeah, because I heard
you're still catching 4-pound bass in the same canals you're hitting snakehead.
Right.
So I don't think they're really having the negative impact that people thought.
Well, both. I've done a couple snakehead videos, and I've gotten comments on both. Okay, like
love the comments on a snakehead video.
Yeah, like why are you throwing them back? They're invasive. You're killing the bass population, and I'm just a terrible person, and I should. I should never do YouTube again.
Put a nail through their head, kill them.
Yeah, and then you do another video where you take them out, you eat them, or you get rid of one of them, and then it's like, why are you getting rid of them? They're not.
Nope.
Again,
people give me hell
for you. Can't make everybody happy, nor should you. So
no, I do.
You should try being here in walleye country. Sometimes when I used to do walleye videos a lot, man, I'd have walleye on a stringer. Oh my gosh, would I get ripped apart? You're keeping those walleye? I'm like, yeah, I'm eating the fish I caught. Isn't that crazy? Oh, people will flip out about
novel idea.
No, like the one thing with that snakehead though, guys, is like, they said they're invasive and all that, but I do give it to them because they are way more aggressive and they're young are way more aggressive for surviving. Like they have that next level survival than I think our fish. You know what I mean? Like they have that they're as their babies, they go around in bait balls and they will attack something, all of them, and they know how to survive. So they definitely got that extra drive for survival, definitely.
And Billy's right.
I'm with you. So
since he's lived down here, and Bill, so Joe and Billy, they live a little bit further down south than I do. Here in South Florida, I'm I'm South Florida, but I'm kind of like northern South Florida. They're really, down further south, and a lot of the snakehead and peacock, they're a lot more prevalent down where they are. I'm really fortunate they're starting to show up in numbers up here, to where it's kind of like in our backyard now, which is great. I mean, the spot that I found that I'm catching peacock bass out of, snakehead out of, I'm still catching largemouth out of.
Yeah, so the bass population hasn't diminished because of the snakehead, is what I'm saying. They haven't diminished.
And neither is the peacock.
Yeah.
Oh, Billy, you caught a 10-pounder last week?
Nice.
The biggest one I caught was a five. What was it? It was on that video. It was the one I cooked. It was like 5.4, 5.5. That's the biggest one I've caught so far.
Just shy of 7 has been my PB snakehead. Yeah.
They're
that's
fun,
my first snakehead too.
They do that death roll. They're just like the bite that they have. And Billy, and I got to credit Billy. Billy put me on my first one ever. I went down to where did we go, Billy? Parkland. We went to Parkland, and Billy showed me the way to fish for them, and I've kind of taken that same style up here by me, because there's this one canal where there's peacocks, and I saw snakehead. I was like, ooh, and I just started throwing just like we did down there. And I mean, I've ripped 4 or 5 snakehead out of this canal every single time I go.
What's your favorite lure for snakehead?
What I got these for?
The toads.
Oh yeah, top water for snakehead is the absolute best. I mean, they'll literally hit anything.
That might be one of my new favorite fish. I love topwater fish. That's my frog.
Oh
yeah.
Frog
I love.
fishing
It's Yep.
Now
I have caught a snakehead on the Big Jerk, and it wasn't on top water. I was actually fishing for peacock, because there was some peacock in the area, and I threw the Big Jerk over by some lily pads, and I was just pulling it through there because I saw them and hoping to get the peacock, and a snakehead nailed it. But Slimmer.
I'm on a Texas rig. I mean, they hit everything.
Yeah, they eat anything.
Like these right here.
I like when you're on a top with a frog and you see the weight coming from like 5 foot away.
And you know it's coming. You're ready to go.
And then you're boom. Yeah.
Yep. That's what right here. This is what I was using the first time that I ever caught a snakehead. And this is what I've used, last few times. That's the Slimmer Swimmer from Bruiser Baits, just a paddle tail swim bait.
Yep.
And I fish that like John talks about, the tweaker twitch. You fish it on top, just sit there and just let it go across the top of the water, and they nail it. But Joe said, they'll nail anything on top water. I tried JV the last time I was down there. I had a JV frog, but I didn't get anything on it. I didn't get any follow. That just wasn't. They must have not been around. I was throwing it right along the bank, but I still actually have it tied on. Rod's over there. I still actually have it tied on that rod. So when we go back down there, I got the
frogs I designed are made for walking. If you don't know how to walk my frog, I want to do a video on how to walk a frog, but I just don't know how to shoot it. I'm gonna have to get like a swimming pool somewhere and have somebody like go in the swimming pool and record as I walk the frog, and then have another camera back to show how I'm working the rod.
That'd definitely be a 2-camera shoot at least.
Because it's hard to do. Like, I've tried shooting it out on my boat, and then I try to zoom in on my camera. Then I got the GoPro on my chest. It's kind of, and I just can't get a good shot.
I got you. You're gonna think I'm crazy. I used to do that in my sister's pool. I'd tell my wife or my sister to throw the frog in, and I'd go under the water, because I was always that technical guy. Like, what does a fish see? A frog? Does he actually see the color or what? So they'd throw the frog in, and I'd be under the water looking at the frog like, you can't see no color. It's just black. There's no color.
It's actually the only time you use color is in clear water.
Yeah.
If it's dark water, use a black frog.
Black and white.
That's all you need. Black and white. Yep.
All you're going for is the movement. That's why I love walking a frog, because the more you make it look like a regular frog swimming, the more the fish is gonna go. Oh, dinner.
Yeah. I didn't know, JV. I didn't know you were a big frog fisher. That's my main thing, dude. We're gonna have to get together one time. Maybe this year, next year, or something. But I go out all day and I'll frog fish all day, and that's all I do. I love it.
That's one of the most fun bites you'll ever get.
I like
frog bite. Oh yeah.
When a frog's sitting on the lily pad.
Nothing
I've had bass come up and hit the frog, but the frog was on a lily pad, and a bass would come out of the water, and a frog would flip up in the air 2 foot and come down, and they miss it because it's under the pad. They're under the pad, and the frog's on top. They see the shadow, and they come up and hit the pad, and your frog flips up in the air. That's awesome.
Daniel from Living MN almost caught his PB bass with one of my frogs, and he had it right up to the boat, and it fell off as he was trying to get in the boat. And he showed me the footage. He's like, I can't even put this on YouTube. It makes me cry. He was like, I didn't even know how to work it. He's like, I just threw it into the lily pads and I just started jerking it. And he's like, man, I fought that thing forever. And he's like, and I saw it. You can see the fish as he's trying to get it out of the water, and then he just bloop back into the water. It's like, oh, that's so heartbreaking. Yeah. That's the only bad thing I hate about any frog. I mean, any frog I've ever used is, they just got the 2 big hooks. Yep. And if that bass moves just right, he's going to unhook himself and fall off.
See, I've already used the frog trailer hooks that they're made for the double hooks. They have 2 loops on them. You put them on the back of it.
Yeah, but that kills the weedless aspect.
It's less weedless than that. Yeah. But what I'll do is I'll take my hooks and I'll bend them up a little bit on the frog so you get a little better hookup ratio. Because, they're down in the frog body most of the time. So when they got to compress the frog. So what I'll do is I'll take my pliers and I'll just bend them up.
Oh, Amanda just got here.
To feel.
I forgot about this.
Amanda's been here for a while. Where have you been?
Amanda hasn't seen the gloriness of the JV Outdoors Bass Champion belt yet. Look at this, honey. Yeah. Again, I should have had better lighting. I should have thought this through, but you can sort of see it with the reflection, the JV Outdoors, and then the Bass Champion at the bottom. But I say it reflects the computer screen so badly.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to figure out how to tape this right. I'm not much for camera angles and all that. I'm going to have to actually try to be professional when I shoot that video.
Yeah, there's all kinds of different tricks of the trade, with frog fishing and all that.
Yeah, with the frogs, it's like, the skirts on it, you fold it over, you flip it over.
I cut the skirts even with the body. I do all that stuff. Yeah.
You cut one longer than the other so it helps walk.
Believe it or not, I have popping frogs that I walk. Popping frogs and stuff. But when I've fished a heavy, nasty cover, I'm thrown into the thickest stuff. I don't walk it on that. I'm just dragging it through or like popping it through that thick stuff until I get to the open water. Then my rod tip goes down, and then boom, boom, boom. I walk it 5 or 6 feet away from the pads, and then I reel it in after that. If I don't get a hit by then, I'm thrown back.
That's it. Once you get away from the pads.
Yeah.
Only time I keep walking is rivers. If I'm in a river, I'll throw it downstream, and then actually I love working rivers because the river helps you walk it because you can throw it and bring it back upstream. The current actually helps you walk your frog, and then you actually can work it slower.
Yeah, we don't get that down here.
No, we get the duckweed though.
Yeah,
a whole pond full of duckweed, man. You can throw that thing out anywhere in the pond, just pop, and you're getting nailed. And it leaves this giant hole in the duckweed when you're done. It's pretty cool. It's like, I did that.
Yep. Yeah. If I had a video last year when my 5-pounder come up and smacked one, and they left a big hole in there. You know what I mean? And then after a while, you see it slowly. The hole slowly closes back up.
I did a whole video on missing frogfish, and it was actually pretty funny. I only threw the fish that I missed in the video. So you'd hear the pop. I'd set the hook and then bleep out the curse word. It's actually a pretty fun video.
A lot of people that come on my boat with me, are like, how do you hook up? It's just something you get to know and learn, and
absolutely,
you don't yank on the first.
You gotta be,
you gotta
the whole 2 count in your head.
You gotta boom, 1, 2, bam,
yank.
But you've thrown 50 casts and you finally got something to blow, so you're freaking
you
pull that down.
Or the first one of the day.
First one you weren't ready for.
Yeah. And my buddies are like, dude, how do you catch so many of them? My hookup ratio on a frog are really good. I'm not gonna try to jinx myself this year because I won't catch one on a frog.
Knock on wood.
My hookup ratio on the frogs are really good, and the people in my boat are like, I hate fishing frogs because I miss every one of them. I'm like, dude, you got to give them at the lay. You got to give them at 2, 3 counts, lower your rod, reel 2 in the pool.
That's actually why you're supposed to use a heavy line, because as you're jerking them, you get a slack in the line.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they hit it, for one, I love watching people go right over their head. I'm like, bring it to the corner because you're trying to hook the corner of their mouth. Don't drink it up out of their mouth.
I barely on my videos. I barely go straight up. I'm always going to the side.
Yeah,
I reel down on them. I reel down on them, and then I bring it to the side.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing. The other thing people forget to reel,
which then, as you guys know, if you got the camera on your chest, it's always like forearm. You know,
That's the other thing. People forget to reel because you have the slack in the line. They'll just yank up and
you got nothing there.
Yeah, what do you guys use for line? I use 60. Well, I was using 65-pound braid Power Pro, but I just switched
50 to 80, depends on how.
Are you talking about frog fishing?
Yeah, that's what I do, and I go directly braid to the frog with a Palomar knot, and then.
I use a double uni knot on my braid.
Okay. I switched from Power Pro this year, though. I'm going to try the Beyond braid out now.
I've heard bad stuff.
Really?
I never used it personally, but I've heard bad stuff.
Which one, Ted? Which one?
I always use Power Pro. I've been
that's what I use is Power Pro.
Well, I switched this year. I got Beyond braid on another rod. I wanted to try this year.
Okay, Beyond braid. Yeah.
But yeah, the Power Pro is the ticket. But I don't know. I've heard a lot of bad stuff about the braid, the Beyond braid. So I don't know.
So have I.
I don't know.
I use Piscafun. That's because they sponsor me and I get all that for free.
Yeah, but
I've never had problems with it, not one bit.
What is wrong with the Beyond braid? What have you guys heard about?
I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything about Beyond braid.
Because I actually was looking into Beyond braid too, but
I haven't heard anything.
It was pretty cheap. That was
it
one
wasn't
of the
that
things.
expensive.
And I heard the color fast on the line is no good.
And I think I even watched a couple of YouTube videos of people talking about it, and they're just
really,
especially if you leave it out in the sun, it gets real frail. And
okay, well, I have 50 pound. I won it on Instagram on a giveaway, but I've been posting a lot of Beyond braid stuff too because I was interested in the Beyond braid, and I sort of wanted them to see me a little bit and maybe reach out to me eventually and say, "Hey, we'll give you some Beyond braid to try out for, 20% off." And then that's what I like to do. I like to reach out or have companies reach out to me with the stuff that I use, like my Angler tungsten weights, my Vector hooks. I use those kind of things. So I reached out to them when I first started doing YouTube and said, "Hey, I use your products. What can I do anything?" So then they gave me the discount. So that helps me because I use them. But the Beyond braid, Power Pro won't give me the time of day for Power Pro for any kind of sponsorship or anything like that. So, but I like it. The product's awesome, But I wanted to switch to the Beyond braid because I've heard good things about it. But now, from talking, I've heard a lot of bad things about the Beyond braid. About it, it's the UV gets to it, and it gets when it's on your rod too long. You better change it after a few times you're out with it. You got to strip it and put new blunt. So
that's stuff that I've heard, but again, I've never used it personally. So
now, what I've done with Power Pro is I've used it for half a season, and then I would go to a fence and I would cook on a fence and I'd unwind it all, and then I'd go back down and I'd reel it all in, so I'd re-spool it backwards. And I've got 2 years out of braid, 3 years almost out of braid.
I've got one of my saltwater reels that I have the Power Pro on.
Yeah,
I'm going on 4 years.
Okay,
4 years, and I do that same thing.
Yeah,
I'll sit there and nobody ever comes down. I tie to our mailbox.
Yeah,
I tie to our mailbox. I walk down the street, and they're like, "Oh, there goes Doc again doing his thing."
Yeah.
I do that exact same thing. I get with the Power Pro on all my reels. I'm getting 2, 3, sometimes 4 years.
4 years out of
the Power Pro.
Yeah, now when it gets,
I've had some of the same Piscafun on some of my
rods for
reels for quite a few years now.
Yeah,
I haven't until I just finally wear it out from switching out bait so much that I.
Well, what I do, you start cutting off more and more and more, and it gets lower.
Yeah, but I've had my ducket. I gotta there's no point in me pulling that one to the mailbox and doing that. I've cut so much. It's just time to re-spool that one.
Well, the Power Pro, when I found it gets white, like it's real light in color, and then it sort of swells up a little bit. That's when I change, because that's when you start getting your backlashes and your knots. Yeah. Once it swells up and sort of all those strands on that one line, like there's 8 strand or whatever it is. Once them strands get water and it's so long and they start swelling up, that's when you get the play in it, and that's when you start getting all your knots. That's when I get rid of it.
Now, that's just my thing. Bruiser baits, they have goat rope that they just came out with not too long ago. So I'm going to be getting some of that.
Okay.
And
let me know how that is.
Well, I'll have to, because the goat rope, I believe, I got to look and see. I think the only thing they have available right now is the 50. So that would be like on a frog rod. I mean, I don't do a lot of flipping. Mm-hmm. Maybe hopefully in the future, now that, we might have a good enough boat to kind of go out and do that kind of thing. And we will. But I mean, most of the time, like for me, the type of fishing I do, I've got 20, 30 on my spinning reels and my regular bait casting reels that I'm not using for frogs, that I'm not using for anything like a crankbait or anything like that. But then again, like, I don't know about you, Joe, I don't do a lot of crankbait fishing.
Mm-hmm. So I use fluorocarbon on my crankbait.
Decent amount, but I use fluorocarbon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, usually about 12-pound fluoro.
I haven't switched to fluorocarbon yet.
I use Sunline Assassin. I love the Sunline Assassin fluorocarbon.
I like the Seaguar Red Label.
Seaguar,
Seaguar.
It's inexpensive. It's got very low memory. I like it.
Yeah, my Sunline's good too. I like it. Same reason.
I love Seaguar. I've used that stuff as leader. Like, I'll use a 25, 30, sometimes 40, 50 Seaguar, either gold label or red label, as a leader when I snook fish, like the docks. And then, with the Seaguar red label, like 12-pound or something like that for bass fishing, I don't know. I'm a big fan of Seaguar.
See, I love Seaguar, like the Abrase X and all that stuff. When I went and used that red label, I bought it at Walmart because it is cheap. It's good. It's good. It's a good company. It's cheap. $8.99 for the spool of it or whatever. $10.99. I was using it, but I found in like the last 3 spools when I used it, and I stopped using it for this reason, was I would throw out and my line would have nicks every 20 yards, like on the roll or something. When it lets it out, it was nicking it. Well, I would throw out a lure and my line would snap. And I'd throw out and it happened continuously for like 3 spools of line that I had on there. So I just said, you know what, I'm done. I ripped it off and I went with, because I used to use Maxima. Maxima was another good one, but I used the Sunline Assassin, and Sunline has so many different lines for different applications. It's unreal, and I like that because I could specifically pick, because I do have frog rods, I have jig rods, I have
me too. I've got 2 or 3 different rods just for cranks.
I have like glass rods for cranks.
And,
I mean,
and
you guys know, you guys are fanatics just like I am. I have a rod for every application.
Oh, you can't see half the stuff back there.
Babe,
real quick, Boxy.
As I said, it's so funny when I would travel around this last year and everybody saw how many rods I brought with me all the time. And I was like, that's because I don't like switching lures.
Nope.
These ones got my top waters on it. This one's got my cranks on it. This one's got my soft baits on it. And I got
my wife's
4 or 5 different
right
of
now,
each.
But like, my wife doesn't understand, like, why do you have so many rods? What do you mean? Why do you have so many shoes?
I got to do something on my rods. So my wife's like, you are crazy. I have like 33 bass rods and like 19 musky rods. And that's not even my kids' stuff. And I buy my kids' stuff because I like the rod. So I buy my kids' rods. And she's like, why does your daughter need a Mojo bass rod that was $150 with the Shimano Symmetry reel? So she got a $300 setup. I'm like, because it's cool.
I know. I can't wait till Amanda's here, so I have an excuse. I'm like, well, Amanda's got to get caught up on my rods.
Yep.
So we're equal, because this is, equal opportunity. So Amanda needs just as many rods that I have.
Yep.
That way.
Yeah, my son's he loves red. So my son likes to lose all the red stuff from the lose reel. And I'm like, let's do it. So I buy him all the lose stuff. I use Shimano and Abu Garcia pretty religiously. But the Pisca Fun reel that I won off of JV's contest is a great reel. I mean, that reel is pretty durable, and I would compare that to like the Abu Garcia Beast reel that I have.
Yeah.
It's got all the good gears in it. It ain't plastic. I mean, it'll haul in tanks with that reel. I really love that reel.
Because I might be leaving Pisca Fun and going to a different company as a sponsor. Everybody's like, why are you leaving Pisca Fun? They've been a great company. It's just the other company's offering me more money.
I got you.
And I've never had a problem with Pisca Fun. half of my gear is Piscafun.
Yeah, and they make good quality gear. It ain't like it's cheap. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm sorry,
cheap.
my kids are distracting everybody.
That's
right
okay.
now.
That's all right.
Kids. Hello.
Hi, girls. All they want to do is say hi.
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 Hello.
Hello.
All right. Okay. I can't believe you two are still awake.
Yeah, but
Actually,
JV,
I
was very surprised and I was very impressed with the quality of that Piscafun, because when I looked it up, I'm like, I mean, I appreciate winning the reel. Don't get me wrong, but when I got the reel, I was like, it's probably going to be a $40 reel. It ain't going to be worth. I can use it, but it's a $40 reel that's got every function and can do with $100 reel can. It's awesome.
When people ask me what's the best combo out there for a cheap price for around $100, I tell them get the Piscafun Torrent rod and reel combo.
Yeah, that's an awesome combo. Yeah,
and I tell it's like $90 altogether, and then you can get any size rod and left or right handed reel, and I think the reel actually comes in 2 different sizes too, the 7.1 to 1 and the 5.6 to 1.
Yeah, I got the 7.1. But that reel you'll have for years to come too. It is.
I have ones I've had for 4 years now.
Yeah.
They're still on there, and I use them as my frog rods actually most of the time because they're a little bit faster, and I like getting the big, 7.5 foot Torrent rods to go with it at a medium heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And I use them as my frog rods all the time.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a good quality product that they have out there, and you'll have it for years. Because, like I said, I was a diehard Shimano guy for years and years and years.
See, that's what
those too.
And I use because I use them almost every day. Every day, I used them almost every day, and they never broke on me. Nothing. But I had some Abu Garcia. I had record rods, and I have Shimano like Calcuttas for muskie, Sedonas, Corrados, stuff like that I have for muskie. But they were all round reels, okay? So I was using a record series muskie reel for my bass fishing because I put 65-pound braid on them, and I like that reel because I could grip and I can pull them bass out of the weeds. Well, my record series rod broke last year, or my reel broke last year, and it stripped the gears out of it, which I've had that for 12 years, okay? And that's every year fishing it hard, like all the time. I use that rod every day when I went fishing. So I broke it. I sent it back to them. They sent it back to me and said it was fixed. Well, the first time I went out and set the hook, it did it again. It went backwards, and I heard all the gears. So I took it off my thing, and I went and I got the Lose speed spool reel, and I put that on there, and I used that year for my frog rod. And I told my wife I'm going to go get another rod. I mean, I got to contact Abu Garcia because they should replace it. So I called them back finally. The guy's like, you know what? We don't make the parts for that reel anymore. And I'm like, you're kidding me. He's like, no, we don't make it anymore. And it's a $300 reel. So I'm like, okay, well, what? So I said, okay. And I left it at that. That was it. He called me back like 10 minutes later and said, hey, listen, since we don't make the parts for that, you can pick any reel you want out of our lineup, and we'll send it to you with shipping for free.
Nice.
So right there, that does a lot for me for a company that can, when the salesperson calls you back and says, hey, you can take anything from our line of reels, whatever you want, with no cost to you, and we'll pay for shipping. That's a reputable company in my eyes. So I picked the Abu Garcia Beast reel. That's a musky reel, but it's got the capacity to hold them big tanks out of the weeds, which I use for bass. So that's what I'm going to be using this year, and I'm going to do a product review on that. But the Piscafun is very, very durable also, and I would use that on a frog rod in a heartbeat.
Yep, I've used them for years.
Yeah.
The only company I've ever had a problem with is Six Gale. Truthfully, of all the,
I remember you saying that with the rods and stuff like that.
Now, see, I have heard that the customer service from Six Gale is not great. I've never tried their products.
Terrible.
I've never tried their products or anything like that, so I have no idea. But I've heard from numerous people that their customer service
they'll never get a dime out of me. No, I actually, because they had the buy one get one free sale.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I bought 2 rods and I bought 2 reels, and I was real excited because I've always wanted to try them. Because again, I've always seen them on Facebook and ads and stuff like that, and I was like, and they look cool. So I ordered. The 2 rods showed up. The 2 reels never showed up, and I emailed them. I called, and I got ghosted. They just would not respond to me whatsoever. No matter how I try, I was like, "Yeah, you guys are never getting it." The rods are okay, but actually, the one rod, the bottom piece of it, the glue came off of it. Like I put a different reel on it from a different company. Yeah, the bottom piece of the rod fell off like when I was in Minnesota, like the 6th time I was using the rod.
Wow.
So
See, I'm a
never
St. Croix
used it.
guy. I like St. Croix rods. I've always liked St. Croix rods.
And Joe, you said you like 13 fishing.
Yeah,
always been a big fan. Yeah,
yeah. I tried them.
I've not tried their stuff either. Like
I tried 13.
I like my favorite setup that I have is my Ducket. Like
I have a Ducket Ghost rod myself.
Yeah, I love my Ducket setup, and I also love the loose setups that I have.
Actually, losers make that. I got the Mach.
They're coming up. Lose are coming up.
Rod and reel combo.
Isn't it all made by Pure Fishing? Luz and Abu Garcia, aren't they all under the Pure Fishing umbrella?
They are, I think.
And the Bass Pro reels and stuff. Yeah, so it all made the same.
The same. Like Bass Pro.
I really like them. And then my reels are, besides I got one Luz setup that has, it's all Luz. It's the Luz speed spool, or actually 2 of them. Luz speed spool, and I got the American Hero, which that's a great bait casting combo for $80. Like
until the rod snaps on your 5th cast.
No, mine's still good.
I got a buddy bought 2 of them. Rod snapped those American Hero combos.
Really?
Rod snapped, took it right back to Dick's. They exchanged it. He went right back out and snapped it again.
See, I mean, knock on wood, I haven't had that happen to mine, and I've had mine now for like
there could
3
be a
years.
glitch. Yeah, there could have been.
Yeah, it could be a glitch. I have 3
that's
Luz
anything
rods.
that's manufactured.
Yeah,
there's always a bad.
My Shimano,
or a bad batch.
Yeah, my Shimano reels have never failed me. My Shimano.
I actually one time, just like in car parts, I actually one time had an alternator go out on me. I took it in, got a new alternator. 3 days later, the alternator went out on me. It's like it was just a bad one came out of the factory. It's just what happens when things are factory made.
Yep. No, I had
I have a couple of rods that are great that have never let me down. I'm not dogging them at all.
No, I hear you. My 13.
But as long as they have good customer service,
that's what makes the deal. That's what seals the deal is the customer service. Now I have an All-Star rod that's my frog rod, and I've had that for 15 years. It's an All-Star Select, and I got that years ago, and that thing I can't part with that. That's my frog rod. I feel every other frog rod that I tried to use, brand new, St. Croix and all, doesn't feel like that rod, and it's the weirdest thing. I can't switch up. The rod has to break for me to put it down. So if it ever breaks, I'm going to be heartbroken. But it was my rod, my frog rod. But
now, the Ducket, the Ducket that I have, the one Ducket that I have, the Silverado.
Okay.
I got that. I got that rod. My wife bought it for me for Christmas. And I remember I went out and fished with John and Lindy. I think it was like in February. I brought them down to get their first peacock bass. So it was sometime. It was like January, February, and the rod snapped. And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like I was heartbroken. It's actually in one of my videos, and their customer service was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, it was still under warranty. They're like, listen, all you got to do, just take the rod. You got to cut this piece off, that lets us know what rod it is. Mail that to us. And then all you got to do is pay for shipping for the new rod. And I sent that thing off. They're in Alabama. So from Florida to Alabama, I think it might have taken maybe 5 days to get there at the most. I had the brand new rod back in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I mean, they shipped that thing back. They gave me a whole bunch of stickers, a whole bunch of extra stuff with it, a coupon for 20% off on their website. I mean,
well, when a company includes a sticker,
that's it.
Or
that
decal,
makes,
or a decal.
Yes.
I buy $500 worth of stuff. I want that free sticker.
Yep.
Well, they sent me 2 of them. They're up there. Look, there they are.
Actually, Capital Warehouse messed up, and they sent me a ton. On one of my last orders, you get them for free with the $50 order. Dude, they stuffed all these in the box. I was laughing my ass off.
Now,
I think I spent $52.
Yeah, that's
I used to sell rifle scopes, and we gave away free stickers and free hats all the time. You know, you just bought a $500 rifle scout.
Oh yeah,
that was a good looking.
You can have all the stickers and hats you want.
The other ones. Well, I don't know where that came from. What is that?
Oh yeah, I got that same thing there.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
That's a hook, but it's CF for Coastal Fever.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, my the 13 reel that I had, I bought for my daughter. Mm-hmm. And because I was on that 13 kit, because they have a lot of really cool looking stuff that came out. And Dave Lefebvre, the professional bass fisherman, he fishes the lake that I fish at all the time. And he's a 13. He's sponsored by 13. So I'm like, I'm going to get these reels because they look really cool. So I got it, and my daughter kept throwing it out, and she'd be reeling it in, but the line was wrapping around itself. It wasn't going on the spool. I was like, why is it doing this? I thought it was the line. I thought it was the line and everything. So I took it off, put new line on. She's throwing it out there. Then I took it out one day myself, and I'm throwing it, and I'm reeling, and I'm like, and then we get tight. I look, and my line's around the thing. I'm like, this is garbage. So one day
I've heard that so many times.
Yeah. So one day my daughter's out there and I'm out there and she's doing it. And I was in one of those moods where every cast it was doing it. So on like the 10th time it did it, I was so sick of it. And forgive me for doing this. I said, and she thought I was fixing it. And I went and I broke the line off of it. And I took the rod off and I took the reel off and I went, and I threw it in the lake. And she looked at me like, you just threw the reel in the lake. I was like, it was garbage. I'm done with it.
I'm done.
And I said, I'm buying you another one. So we went up to
diehard
Walmart.
13 for the longest time, and I've heard that story from so many people. And I've never owned one of their spinning rods.
I don't know.
I actually went out and bought one just because I heard so many people telling me that.
You never had a problem with it?
Well, so far, no, but I've only had it for about a month, and that's my plan. I'm going to take it out for 6 months or so, and then I'm going to do a review video on it.
Yes,
because I swear by 13, and I've heard that same story so many times. I bought this combo right off the shelf at Dick's Sporting Goods. I haven't messed with it, I haven't oiled it or nothing, just to play with it.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of the company. I want to see.
You should have saw her face when I grabbed that reel and went and whipped it in the water. And then I'm like, we're gonna mark that spot for cover later because there's a reel sitting on it. So we went over and I put it on my Humminbird. I marked the spot where we dropped it in at.
Nice.
But then I went out and bought her a Sedona, a Shimano Sedona.
Right.
And I've never had a issue with her again. You know, so
that's cool.
But I like the 13.
Boys, it's
yeah, we're running way late.
It's about time I get out here because my wife's wanting to get back out in the garage to do more yard sale whatnot, and then she's also got to run the Publix to get changed.
Time flies.
I know, man. I can't believe it. 10:30. This is a great live. I really appreciate you guys jumping in, man.
We actually talked about fishing.
Yes,
we actually talked about fishing.
That's the whole idea, I guess, and that's sort of strays at times.
How it usually goes.
Hey, we still had our Sasquatch and our aliens, you know. We still did some shit.
We did go a little left of center there for a minute, but I think for the most part, we did good.
All right, guys. Hey, good night. Thanks for having me up, guys.
Dad, thank you.
Right.
Listen, I'll hit you up on Instagram. Because I gotta look and see. I might have a couple shirt or something I can put into the giveaway.
Okay.
I know it's not much considering everything that's already in there, but
anything's appreciated. Yeah. We appreciate it, man. Thank you. And then you'll be on a giveaway video as a sponsor for the products and stuff like that to get your name out there too.
I'll just I'll hit you up on Instagram and
all right, man.
I just got to look and see what I got left. I got to make sure I have like everybody's size, you know, from large all the way to XX.
No problem. Thank you. I appreciate it, Joe. Thank you, bud. Have a great night,
Absolutely.
JV. Always a pleasure, buddy. Have
JB, I love the belt, man.
Right, guys.
That's awesome.
That
Joe,
thing is awesome,
appreciate
man.
you jumping in. I'll send you a text and we'll work something out.
Cool.
Get you up here. I'll come down that way. So
either way works for me.
All right.
All right. Good night, everybody.
All right, guys. Good night. Have a good one.